Hello, everybody. How's it going? Happy, what day is it? Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, my dude, or whatever it
It
is.
is Wednesday, my dudes.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, sorry we're starting a tiny bit late. My family decided to be crazy all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's okay. It was, most of it was, misunderstanding.
I was about to use the N-word, the nuclear word. There's two of them. You can't say either one.
How many N-words are there? I can't think of that many.
A lot. Yeah, everything's fine. Just normal Midwesterner family drama.
Yeah. You know, we're discussing future preparations for family photos. You know, one of those things is like leading cause for family drama.
People willing to crater a family event over white woman Instagram photos. As
Yeah.
you do, you know.
What is this?
Can't say Nigeria.
Um, how close am I to the base? I have to like get my bearings here. I never remember where I
Yeah.
stop off at.
Yeah, it's been a day in general, chat.
Oh yeah, you've had some
I've had a day.
stuff today. I think it was mostly okay up until like the family group text started exploding.
Today's lesson of the day is to make sure that the person who insulted you on Twitter is actually the person that insulted you on Twitter and not somebody with a different profile picture, or you might say mean things to a very sweet person who doesn't deserve it and then have to feel like a piece of shit for the rest of the day and apologize. And then also, when you're hooking up the fan clutch, or rather when you're hooking up the engine in your light medium tactical vehicle, make sure to hook up the hose to the fan clutch or it will blow up and shatter your radiator.
I heard a meteor. Where was the meteor at? It just occurred to me that if there's a new meteor, it might have Celine at it. So I'm gonna check that out before I raid this base of raiders over here. Yeah, I honestly kind of wish that Twitter pictures, like the profile pictures, were a little bigger, so it was just a little easier to avoid misunderstandings like that.
Yeah.
They're so small; it's hard to tell what they are a lot of time too. They just had like the same colors or something, mostly.
Yeah. Well, because, like, Straub's profile picture is just her with, like, pink anime hair, and so is the person that was initially responding to me, like, a week ago.
Bones, I don't need bones.
No, today I had a bit of a legitimate come-to-Jesus moment where I realized that the malice that I had held in my heart for somebody was completely unwarranted, and it had nothing to do with them.
Because you thought you were being essentially attacked by somebody, and it
Right.
turned out to be somebody else.
And it turned out to be somebody entirely differently. And so I came into a situation a lot more heated than I should have been. The restream, that might be breaking it.
I don't think it's working anyway. Oh, I forgot to change it anyway, but I can't find it. I don't think it's working.
Yeah, I don't think multi-stream works.
Okay, I
still,
turned it.
Despite them saying they fixed it.
Yeah, well, and it said it was recording, but I don't think it was. So I turned it off.
Okay.
Because I can never find it. I also forgot to change the scene in it, so it still just says starting. So I kind of hope it wasn't working this time. I'm really bad at dealing with all the different things.
I think we fixed it. Alright, cool.
Oh, I have mine set to top messages again. I wish you would just, like, remember your setting.
Previously on The Walking Dead, all the walkers are gone. Why is the show
There you
called The
go.
Walking Dead if the walkers don't show up? No, you don't understand, man. What if man was La Monster instead?
Alright, now I got turned around again and I don't know where I was going. Shoot.
Yeah, I think that
It's this way.
multi-stream or Stream Elements multi-stream was breaking it. It just like doesn't work.
Yeah, maybe they thought they fixed it and they didn't really, so they gotta work on it some more.
Yeah, they've reported that they fixed it, but I have not seen any actual improvement whatsoever.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, there's the likelihood that we're using it incorrectly too, but
This is quite possible. We're still learning how everything works. Well, he's learning how everything works. I cannot whatsoever comprehend any of it, so I haven't learned much, honestly. I've tried, I just... I don't understand it. I think maybe I went the wrong direction? Ooh. No, I think that's what I'm looking for over there. It's just not loaded all the way. Good job, ghosty boy! Alright. I thought about... Because I was like, I'm gonna name this thing Ghost Boy, and then my, association words was like, I'll name him Danny, like Danny Phantom. And I was like, that's just kind of weird. I'm gonna stick with Ghosty Boy. Not that that's less weird, but, I don't know. That was my thought process. Alright. I'm gonna attack this place because it's different than the other one that I have already defeated. My cremis will not explode this time.
hooray.
Yeah. Aw. Sleepy cats are adorable. You almost forget that they're so often psychopaths when they're asleep. They're just so cute. Okay, this isn't working, guy.
Oh, they stopped breeding because they're both males. I'm a fool.
What do you mean they stopped breeding? Like, did they start it at some point? Okay.
No.
Alright, I just set my no-face ghost loose in this place, and then I was gonna just, like, let him do his thing, but then he's just, like, staring into a corner, like the Blair Witch Project. Ugh. Those are cupboards. Oh, those are, like, shoe cupboards, it looks like. Thought it might have been a door. Alright. This place looks a lot more advanced than the other one that killed us several times. Oh, that's why he's standing in the corner. He's trying to get these guys. Oh, he's actually doing it. He's attacking them through the wall.
That's the advantage of living in the countryside anywhere, dude. There's nobody. It's great. Today's been an interesting one, just in general.
Ah. Alright, I need to take my ring off for this. Are you kidding me? Just shoot him. My guy is stuck in the wall. They're gonna kill him. I guess he's just too big for this building. I gotta pick a smaller one. Alright, I need to kill somebody. Ah, okay. He just keeps trying to, like, hang out in the wall like a real ghost. Oh, they're all doing it. Okay. This is not working, guys. I'm gonna have to, like, set you loose in the room. That's not the room.
You know, I love finally ending the Twitter drama that I was dealing with for today. That was of my own creation, that made me feel terrible. Then like, alright, time to take a nap. Waking up from the nap to grown-ass family members acting like a fucking Twitter drama in the chat. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to go fucking ballistic.
I stood up for myself, though. I'm really proud. I don't want to say proud of myself, but I actually, like, I did conflict. I don't normally do conflict.
I did not respond out of respect for you because I have very little respect for these people.
They're not... Some of them are a little harder to deal with than others. Some of them don't know what they're talking about. And then also, like, I misunderstood part of it, too, so part of it was actually kind of my fault. Who was attacking me? I'm, like, getting hit by somebody. Through the wall again, I think. That's... Oh my goodness, I actually was close to death there. I'm gonna get out of here for a little bit. This is not fair. The ninjas are not fighting fair. And it's not like they're hiding in the shadows. They're literally, like, flipping you through the wall. Uh-oh. So there's nothing you can do.
Antisocial with people. I just hate annoying people, and plus I have anxiety, and that makes it worse for me. I hate disingenuousness in any of its forms.
Yeah, that's my big problem with, like, what they're talking about, because it feels disingenuous to me. It feels like they're asking me to be disingenuous.
So, for context,
like it.
our entire wardrobe is black. So we do not own another color. And the family wants to take, like, stereotypical white woman Instagram, like, Christmas pictures. And they're having a colossal shit fit over the fact that we're like, we don't own any of these colors, and I'm not going out. For context, I haven't been paid in a month. I'm not going out to go buy a fucking shirt.
Well, they're all like, oh, you can go to Goodwill and get, like, a shirt for $2. Like,
singular fucking picture.
And so, like, it's not like the money bit for me. It's more of like, I don't want to buy something I will never wear again. And, like, if you, it's not just like it being a waste. It's also, okay, so we haven't taken family photos in like 10 years. I think everyone should dress nice, but I don't think you should wear something you would absolutely never wear, because then you don't look like yourself. What's the point of taking family photos to have photos of your family if you don't actually, like, if it's not them, if they're pretending to be somebody else, if they're wearing a costume, essentially. That's my big deal with it, is it feels like wearing a costume. Yeah. And I don't understand why you would have photos of people. Like, you might as well just have, like, photos of random people. Like, what is the like, I don't understand the purpose.
Well, like, the thing is that most families are like that, though. They're just, like, cookie-cutter Android people that just do trends and do whatever.
Most of my family is not like that. Like, that's not...
I know.
My family's not even like that.
They're being retarded right now. It's fucking insane.
Oh.
My family don't argue. Everyone on my dad's side is just naturally loud people. See, this is why I prefer... In terms of family gatherings, I honestly prefer my own family that I can't stand. The difference is, we all openly hate each other. There's none of this cloak and dagger petty bullshit. We'll just tell each other to fuck ourselves. Like, how's it going, Hal?
Compliment you on putting the title up correctly tonight. It's beautiful.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, like the whole condensed package. It just chef's kiss, man. Chef's kiss.
Thank you.
Wait, what's fun about the title?
I learned how to shift enter on Discord.
Oh, I honestly don't know what you're talking about, so I apparently have not learned this. Just saying, you're doing better than me.
Question. So my brother sold his old PC to his buddy, and now it's blue screening, and it's giving him the option to repair, but it's not letting him use his peripherals. What does he do?
Oh boy. Yeah, that's something I'd have to fucking see in person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 100 with you.
Yeah,
because,
he called me like right before stream, and I was like, dude, I don't fucking know.
I mean, the only thing I would say that he could do is find one port that works with at least one, and then get one of those wireless keyboard mouse combos, and then just like throw the dongle in there.
Yeah. Only people I have patience
Or
with.
he can just,
Go ahead.
or he can go like old school if it has the old school connectors on it.
No, it's not that old. It's like an actual modern gaming PC.
Interesting.
My assumption is that
If
his
he
board
sends
is
me-
dead.
Oh, it could be. I mean, like, if it already just blue screened and it's not doing anything. I mean, the only other thing I'd recommend he do is pull out and reseat his RAM. Like, legitimately, that fixes 100% of the problems that people run into. Is they're like, I moved computer and RAM got unhooked.
CEO of breeding, nice. Yeah, yeah, I added that last night. I changed a couple of things around.
Who else did you change?
Ren.
Okay.
How many people I have patience with in the grocery store is very old people, young children, and disabled people. Those are like the only three I have real patience for, but with someone around my age. See, I have the same thing with people telling me thank you for your service. If it's a young person, an old person, or a disabled person, I think it's completely fine. If it's somebody who's of fighting age and my age and they do it, I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Get away from me. Why is there a Dinosaur Lux in the breeding tower? Did you put that there?
No.
Or did this spawn here?
It might have spawned there. That's
oh my
where
gosh,
they
it
live.
spawned here.
Your base is so big, they just spawn in your base. That's funny.
Doesn't help that
You're
all
the
of my
guy base.
dad's side is old as fuck, so their hearing isn't great, so they speak even louder than you used to. Yeah, like my entire...
Oh, so it's my
I was gonna
family.
say, my dad's deaf, I'm deaf. My granddad's dead, so it's gonna be... He's gonna be... have a hard time hearing regardless. I have a weird relationship with my grandfather. He was a terrible person, but then he got dementia and forgot he was a terrible person, and then he became a sweet old man.
Which honestly, like, that's a good ending, I guess. Like, if you're gonna be a terrible person, you might as well have a good end.
Yeah,
That's
I got to
the
talk to
best
him
you can
about-
ask for.
I got to talk to him about his time in Korea for the first time in my life.
Because he forgot he had PTSD,
He also forgot that he had PTSD, yeah.
which is kind of what made him a terrible person. So yeah, it's a good ending for him, I think.
Honestly, I hope I forget I have anything.
Stupid gun. I need a gun that I can kill someone before I have to reload. Don't just give him the opening.
You and your dad just be shooting at each other from 2 feet away just so y'all can hear each other? Yeah, pretty much. Or my dad just now puts in his Bluetooth hearing aids and has a great time and ignores all of us. So I can watch basketball or racing. Yeah, needless to say, I do not think Ren will be joining us tonight, chat. There's a little bit of shit show going on.
Yeah,
She's not really involved in it, but she's probably not gonna go.
the only thing she said in it was like, hey, here's a compromise.
Yeah.
Which was very much appreciated. Everybody else, though, well, it wasn't... Like, my brother thought I was being mean to my mom, which is, like, I understand him being
Your brother is a
offended
whipped
by
dog.
that. Well, like, he thought he was defending our mom, and I understand that. And then, my other sister, though, was, she's, like, she doesn't talk to most of us most of the time. And,
Your other sister is a literally mentally ill radical communist that no one wants to associate with, but we are forced to associate with because your mother keeps inviting her to things.
well, apparently, my brother
To put it
invited her to
kindly.
the last thing. She usually doesn't even show up, still. But these guys are level
She shows
60.
up intentionally to create a scene, rather than
she-
actually to be there.
She normally doesn't even bother, because, like, she knows we're not on the same side of, like, any conversation. But, like, I felt attacked in the conversation.
I was
Everybody ganged up
make
on me.
everyone feel attacked
Like,
before you stop me.
they were all ganging up on me, and I get, like, part of it was a misunderstanding. Like, they thought that I was, like, some of them were defending my mom. I think some of them were just kind of going off a little bit. All of it was too much. I don't know. It was unnecessary.
One of them really wants to be liked because they treated everybody before they got married like shit, and now nobody likes them, and they're trying to overcompensate for it, but without having to actually apologize for being a piece of shit.
That's a theory. I don't know.
That's not a theory. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it.
Remember, I helped a nice old lady at the grocery store. She was getting some bottles of water, and she pointed the one she wanted. I got them, I gave it to her, and she said thank you, and I said no problem. Yeah, I always like those moments where somebody's like trying to get like a, you know, a case of soda or waters into the back of their car, and they're like, hello, young man, can you help me? And I'm like, yeah. I get to have my nice deed for the day. And they're always so sweet and nice. Man, I feel bad for Lila and you kids when you get older because your hearing is fucked out. Add like 20 to 30 years onto that. Yeah, add another 20 years of field artillery. I'm gonna be completely fucking deaf.
He's like the only one of us who doesn't know any sign language too, so that's kind of not fair. You're gonna have to learn.
So much work.
It's not really. The baby started doing it. Not the baby, but like the less baby.
Less baby.
The older baby. But like, I legitimately taught them sign language because I get so overstimulated by all of the kid noise that sometimes I put in my headphones and I tell them like, okay, we're gonna talk with our hands. And we'll have like a quiet hour where we talk with our hands and we communicate that way. And it's like a great mental exercise for them because we have to problem solve because we don't know a lot. Like we know enough to communicate for an hour. It's actually really fun. Like it's a game and I feel so much more mentally sound by the end of it. So it's a really good system. It works for us. But like they all struggle with really loud noise too if they're not the one that's making the loud noise. So sometimes it's just really helpful for all of us.
I know how to sign my name in sign language. I'm sure I used to.
I could tell you how to do it. The kids know the whole alphabet in sign language because that was kind of they're very, at least the oldest especially, is very tactile. And so that was how I made it like he could touch it, is like we would sign while we sang the alphabet. And it worked really well. I don't hear music anymore, so I think I might have actually defeated this place fully.
Yeah, sorry for the familial vent session, chat. I just woke up to, you know, Mr. President. A third Twitter DM has hit the fucking towers, and it was just on my mind, and I can't not talk about it, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I don't want to, like, rant about it, specifically because, like, I don't want to say anything about any of the people that, like, is blown out of proportion, and I don't actually... Like, I don't want to blow it up.
I wouldn't say to their face and haven't said to their face.
You're a lot more confrontational than I am. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I also realized today, I think I might actually be incapable of passive aggressivism.
Yeah, you are. That's why I was like, you need to stop. You need to just text your mom because, like, these people are all being petty and passive aggressive.
Oh my goodness, the dragon is coming for me!
Lila, what did Poseidon teach us?
I don't think he's necessarily correct all the time. Just saying.
I'll take.
Like, I think in a selfish way, yeah, that's great advice, but... Oh, there's a guy in the bathroom! He missed the fight! He was busy. I got him. There wasn't even music for that guy. Like, he was legitimately just busy missing the fight in the bathroom. Alright. Did I miss anything else? I got this whole room. This place has such big rooms that it's not near as big as it looks from the outside.
You see, the problem is, like, Flame Lord, like, whenever I talk to, like, little children, I talk to them like I'm, like, you know, like I'm a dad. The problem is I look a lot younger than I am. So if I'm not there with my kids... People just think I'm being weird.
Yeah.
Like, I'll talk to a little girl at the grocery store, and I'm like, "Hi, sweetheart, you're so beautiful," and then their parents look at me like I'm a pedophile or something. I'm like, "No, I have 4 kids."
Do I have one of these? I don't know that I actually have one of these. Oh, I took off my ring. Whoops. I need that back. Alright. Well, these things are here in packs. I'm sure I could find some. I should go to a base and drop some stuff off first. Yeah, I go to the grocery store and like, or for the longest time, I go to the grocery store with a baby, or even when I had 2 babies, and they would, I'd get weird looks from people because they thought I was a teen mom. And now I guess they think I'm a nanny or something, I don't know, because I have too many kids. But now I get like, if I did notice it's preferable to when I go out by myself, because I go out by myself and then I'll get dirty looks from like middle-aged people, like because of how I dress, I guess. And then but if I have my kids with me, then suddenly I'm not scary anymore and I'm approachable, and they'll be all smiley and nice to my kids, like if it's like old ladies and stuff. It's okay to be goth as long as you have babies. Then you're acceptable.
From teen mom to nanny.
Yeah, I don't even
Can't tell
know
which is a worse insult as a mother.
I don't know. I think sometimes they think they're my siblings. But why would you take all your kids' siblings to the grocery store? So I don't think that's what it is
Before
now.
we had kids, people just thought we were siblings.
Yeah, people used to think we were siblings. We've had people think that actually knew one of us thought we were cousins because they knew we didn't have extra siblings, or they knew we weren't siblings, and then they thought we were cousins.
Hanging with my cousin, reading 30 minutes.
You know. But yeah. No, I had so when the oldest was a toddler, he was like I guess he would have been like 2 or 3 because he had a little brother also, and he was trying to introduce us to some kids at church, and during church, so he wasn't really supposed to be talking to them, but so I wasn't talking, so I couldn't clarify, but he was trying to like tell this family in front of us, like he's like, "Oh yeah, this is my name, and this is my little brother," and he told them that I was his sister.
Yeah.
So like he was literally telling people at church that I'm his sister.
You are not beating the Emoto daughter-wife allegations.
Oh well, it was funny, but I was like, I very quickly told him, "No, I'm your mom," and he was like, "Oh, she's my mom." Like, okay. It was just silly.
Yeah, I also have resting bitch face, Flame Lord.
I have resting smile face most of the time, I think. That's why my model smiles all the time. It's because I'm legitimately smiling. How many guys are top level? I don't need these. Alright. I have not gone in the game at all since we streamed last. Oh, these are good power levels for those moves. I'm gonna hang on to those.
I have to see her.
Stop it, Cole! Stop! I need to go put food at my base. My very humble base.
Yeah, I don't really have a neutral either. I think my neutral is my resting bitch face.
I mean, I'll get like the angry eyebrows sometimes, but it's just because I can't see, so I'm squinting. Food. That's not where the food is. Food is over here. I'll just take them all. Bear with me, chat. I gotta get just to the teleport, and then the food is right next to the other teleport. I'm carrying like 2,000 pounds of berries.
I remember I was speaking with someone, they thought I was angry or aggravated, but I told them, no, this is just my face. I understand, I look angry, but I'm not well on that day. Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I'll get like really animated because I'm excited about something or I feel passionate about something, and then I'll get in trouble for being mad, or I'll be accused of being mad. It's like, you don't, I wasn't trying to offend you. I'm like, I'm not offended.
I saw people play Dragon Ball Fighters, but it was modded so Frieza was Carl Weezer. When he transformed into Golden, he looked like a SoundCloud rapper.
Right, come on, let's see. Yeah, as soon as the button pops up.
Every time my phone vibrates, I'm waiting for like another thing, another reason for me to go nuclear.
You know what?
If one more thing is uttered, if one more sentence is uttered towards my wife, I am ending it.
My mom's like, my mom texted me back. Cause like I went and texted my mom. I'm like, I'm sorry, I did not see. I legitimately didn't see the thing that they think I'm attacking you about, and this is misunderstanding.
No, this isn't a misunderstanding. This is one insane person blowing things out of proportion for the sake of it.
Yeah, I mean, I like meant what I said in the initial thing, but they blew it out of proportion because they thought I was like directly defying my mom. They're like, have some respect, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, she hasn't
the only people that interact with this woman on a regular basis. What the fuck do you mean?
No, some of them do too. They have like dinner once a week or whatever, but like, I don't know. The main one who was attacking me, we see her once every other year, pretty much.
And it's a great time in between.
Well, and she will like, oh my goodness, she literally
Go walking, like, let your nuts drag. Talk your shit.
She was literally trying to like say like, oh, it's not like you do you have this or whatever, like stuff about me, like she knows me. And it's like, dude, you do not know me at all. Like, what are you talking about? It's just insanity.
Yeah, exactly. Like my brother and I will shit talk each other all the time. My brother's obese. I'll call him a fat fuck to his face all the time, and then we will laugh about it and have another, have a great day. This is different.
Oh, this is my sister. We were roommates for a decade, and like we're totally polar opposites in like everything we believe, our lifestyles, pretty much everything. And yeah,
this is a very like spiteful person.
Yeah, I felt very attacked by her specifically. And then occasionally she would say something usually offensive or just like ridiculous, and then she'd have to preface it with like, just joking. It's a joke. Let's be nice. It's like, if you have to say you're just joking every single time you say something, maybe just don't say it.
Lila had to stop me from replying, eat shit, this is a joke, have a great Thanksgiving.
Because that was her response. She's like, this is just a joke, let's have a great Thanksgiving. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so.
I feel like I made a fucking boomer joke with the aristocrats. We have so much egg, so much milk, so much honey, so much wheat, so much cake to make.
Gotta have the milk.
Gotta have them ribs.
I mean, I have several ribs.
Pussy too. Is a wonderful Barack Obama quote.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Ooh, I think maybe this is the boss guy.
Your sister's trying to talk shit. Oh boy, get the ice bags. I'll give her the best roast in history. Dude, I don't even have to try. That's the funniest thing.
She's so easily offended about everything, which is why she has to say she's joking all the time, because she's... You have to walk in eggshells
Lila
around
and I
her.
were dating. I was added to a group chat with this girl because Lila wanted to introduce me to her family members.
Well, I mean, you met my family members, but like,
Yeah.
this was back when we were like friends on and off. She used to be my best friend. Like, that's how bad it is. Like,
That ended within the span of a week when I posted a reaction image that she felt personally attacked by, and she crashed the fuck out and said, "Eat shit, motherfucker." And we didn't talk for like 2 years after that over nothing.
yeah, literally 3 days to get angry, and then 3 years of not talking.
This is the type of like completely self-conscious like spite we're talking about. Do I even know the Aristocrats comedian joke? I do. I remember Gilbert Gottfried's from the show.
Oh yeah, I probably don't have the balls to catch this guy. Shoot.
You don't have the balls.
Yeah, I heard it after I said it.
She was yes, exactly. And this is somebody who has literally, like, all of her problems have been created by going
Tumblr.
outside being on the internet.
Literally
Yeah.
Tumblr. I caught it. I caught it. I got a buff. Yay! And he's like a level 58 or something. And a lift monk thing. Today is getting better, guys. It's getting better.
That isn't scary at all.
No. I don't like that guy. He makes me uncomfortable.
Hey, man.
I don't like him either. I think most of the characters in that show are supposed to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I felt like in a weird spot reading that where I'm like, I have to defend my wife. I have to protect my wife. That is my job. And also, like, I unfortunately have to see these people for the rest of my life.
Well, not to mention, like,
I don't know how to balance those two things, so
Also-
I'm not gonna say anything.
if you like come in there and defend me, that'll make it worse for me in the long run too.
Yeah, I know.
It's better for me if it just kind of blows over. That's a guy. Is that a bad guy?
Tell you
Master
this, my sister
Pelton.
would not get along with your sister. Those two would throw each other to the moon. Of course, my sister will always be a champion. Because, like you said, Cajuns are built different. Oh no, I'm sure. A wet paper bag could body this girl. No, she is somebody who, so, like, for reference, Lila's family is very, like, soft, like,
I'll be
you know,
right
like,
back.
yeah. Lila's family is very, like, soft-spoken, very kind, like, traditionally, like, Mennonite Christian people. I have no such apprehensions. I am a very rowdy Catholic boy. However, very soft-spoken, you know, they don't really cuss, they don't drink, they don't do any of that stuff. Not because like, they think they're better than it, but that's just, like, how they are. This girl will show up to family events, like, with alcohol intentionally, cursing up a storm for no other reason than attention. It's like, it's insufferable. Get the feeling, man, one of my partner's family is very right-wing, crimson red wing, you know. Yeah, but, like, yeah. We have, like, the inverse, honestly. I think most of the family is, like, fairly, you know, like neoconservative right-wing, very, very, like, tame politics. Nobody talks politics intentionally because it's completely pointless. It just causes strife unnecessarily. Honestly, my problems with her transcend politics. She's just an insufferable person to be around. I don't even have to bring up politics.
Well, it's not that hard to get along with somebody despite some,
Yeah.
like, events. I was like, we don't have to agree on everything. That's okay.
All right, like, look at chat here. Most of you are fairly, like, center left wing to left wing. I'm not. I just don't talk about politics for the most part, or if I do it in an amicable way. Like, you can talk like fucking people. Like, I can't stand the state of, like, modern American politics where it's like we have to fucking cleave families in half over this shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I think, man, like glitching out. But like, I remember hearing people talk about like hating family events, and that's one of the things they mention is like, oh, everybody like argues about politics and stuff. Like, okay, well, like just don't. Like, my family doesn't talk about politics generally. My extended family, my extended family, like that's always been the unspoken rule. Don't talk about the huge things you're gonna get mad about disagreeing about. And let's just have a nice time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're left wing, but I'm not far left where I can't see when someone is right wing. Makes a good point. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think a lot of the biggest problem with American politics is nobody's politics really truly comes from a place of conviction or any knowledge of why they believe what they believe. And so, like, my biggest problem with a lot of the right wing is that they just parrot really tired, stupid talking points that don't really mean a fucking thing. And, like, most of my problem with the left wing is the same thing, where it's like, do you actually believe, like, especially, like, the far left wing, where it's like, I don't think you believe anything you're actually saying.
Yeah, well, I think people get, like, they decide they're going to be as far on one side as possible, and it's just, like, for the sake of being as far on that side as possible, and you know, nobody's right about everything.
Right. How I see it, if someone was really bad, I see them as a bad person, not of their sexuality or their religion or politics. Exactly. Like Hassan Piker is a great example of this. If Hassan wasn't a radical communist terrorist supporter, I still wouldn't like him. Because he's a fucking piece of shit. Like, he's a dick. The rest of it is just, you know, a cherry on top. But I can forgo that if you're just an amicable person. I think most people would get, you know, a lot farther in actually expressing, much like I believe with, you know, spreading religious views, you get a lot farther with being amicable and a real person, rather than, like, like in this case of religion, like a used car salesman for Christ, or in the case of politics, just trying to shout other people down. Man, autocorrect hates me, I swear. I mean, I'm not going to classify somebody, like, of their own, like, political views. I think that's kind of... My political views are, like, fairly... Like, I call myself right-wing. I'm fairly, like, esoteric, like... Like, I'm right-wing, but not in, like, the traditional neoconservative sense. I guess I would be considered, like, maybe, like, auth-right, but not, like, a Nazi. Like, I like organized religion, but also I acknowledge that my, like, general political views are fairly idealistic and unattainable. I think that's the biggest thing is I'm still a realistic person, so, like, I can have, and this is a conversation I have with libertarians all the time. It's like, we can have how things should be, and we can have how things are. Right? Like, you can shout to the void all you want about how things should be, and then we can look at the logistics and the actual politic of it and realize what is and isn't actually attainable. And I think the best thing to do, be it your religion, your faith, your sexuality, whatever, is to lead by example, rather than try to shout your political opinions at people who don't fucking want them. Because that creates nothing. It just creates division. I remember a time, ironically, I remember a time post 9/11 where this country was fairly unified. No matter the party lines. And despite the tragedy that was 9/11, that was actually a fairly good time to grow up in America. People didn't really give a shit about politics. Hell, basically, any time before the age of the smartphone was a great time because people didn't give a shit about politics. My political views are reflective of like a Roman peasant, where it's like, I don't really give a shit who the Kaiser is or what the Kaiser does. My fucking crops need harvested. Like, honestly, I hate when I see people be mistreated because what they like are gay people, trans people, non-binary people, because I know what it's like to be mistreated. Not with sexuality, but because, you know, I'm ace. Yeah, I don't think that, like, even as a Christian, I may not agree with your, not you specifically, but like any of that. I may not agree with your sexual proclivities, your sexuality, but I'm not gonna like shit on you because that doesn't bring you remotely over to my way of thinking or seeing things from my point of view. That just alienates people and makes them not want to associate with you. I would much rather treat people with kindness and respect, and again, lead by example. Because I also understand what it's like to be, like, even as a, you know, as a religious person, I understand what it's like to be mistreated, and I don't like it. And while I may, you know, like, if you come at me and you're like, lol, Christian, you know, whatever, I may, you know, clap back if warranted. I'm not gonna start with that. I understand what it feels like to be mistreated for your beliefs, and I don't want to impart... I don't want to do the same to people out of the fucking gate.
Yes. I'm back, by the way. Or at least a little bit.
You'll
But
be screaming, though.
yeah, well, I feel like, I don't know, even just with my one sister that I've been roommates with for forever, or I was for a long time, like, we're the same age, so like, we were always together all the time, and we used to agree on a lot of stuff, and then she just like turned on me. So, yeah, and I'm not saying like I was like the best all the time either, but like, I don't know, that was hard, like, but like, I'm saying like a whole lot, I'm using a lot of fillers.
This isn't a military speech, you're not being graded.
Yeah, it's just kind of an intense topic, I think, a little bit. I'm very non-confrontational, but like, it's just, it was very difficult because, first of all, she was my best friend for a really long time, and we did everything together, literally everything. And then I really felt like she turned on me, and I didn't have anything then, and I have felt attacked by her so many times just because we disagree on things. And then you had to walk on eggshells with her. And so like, she could just like say terrible stuff about you and anything you believe in, super offensive stuff, and expect you to just take it. But as soon as you called her out on it, like, it'd get to a point, I would just let her go on. I'm hard to offend. And even if I'm offended, I'm not confrontational. I'm not likely to retaliate, and I'm not passive aggressive. She's very passive aggressive, and so like I would just take it and take it and take it for the sake of like, can we try to be friends again? And we'd be friends for like, you know, well, it ended up being shorter and shorter lengths of time as this like went in a cycle, and eventually I would just stand up for myself, and I wouldn't attack her. I would just call her out on something, like, okay, this is incorrect, like this is too far, like I can't stay quiet anymore, and this is a contradiction you're saying, or a personal attack or something. And she would just stomp off, and she's gotten a lot better about not doing that, but I also don't talk to her anymore, so that really helps.
No, she does a lot of the needling jabs still, though, like...
Oh yeah, she's very passive aggressive and spiteful,
especially about
and judgmental.
Having kids.
Dude, yeah, she said, like, that was, I don't remember if I ever told you what that was, because, like, she said something that actually offended me the last time I saw her in person, and it was, of course, about kids. Whoops, that was wrong. Where is the boss?
You're surprised I already haven't snapped? I love my wife. and I don't want her to have to go through the aftermath. Yeah, no, there have been times where she's been like, you know, making an insulting comment about us having kids, and I was like, you work at a liquor store.
Well, and she's also decided to never have kids, and so it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you're not anywhere near our realm of lifestyle or belief, so like, why are you trying to give any
Why do
input
you feel
whatsoever? Yeah.
Basically, the short version, I see people who they are, not their identifying or politics or religion, just pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Like I even like, yeah, with my my fellow Catholics, I judge them for their acts rather than what they say or purport themselves to be. That's why I don't call myself like a traditional Catholic or something like that, because I'm not. It's disingenuous for one. And I don't want to be held to account by like some made up rules that people have made for themselves.
Well, I feel like we have fairly traditional beliefs. We just don't do some of like the extra lifestyle things
I
that
just
some
don't make
people
my
do.
wife wear a sundress and make sourdough.
I mean, I tried to do sourdough, and I mostly wear like skirts and dresses, but
Yeah.
I want my husband to think I'm pretty. So that's not like a
You would
religious
wear
thing necessarily.
a trash bag, and I would think you're pretty, young lady.
Yeah, but I might as well try at least a little bit. How can I not? I am so bad at like mapping. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna change the subject. I was teaching my sister self-defense, and I told her to hit my chest as hard as you can, and she did. But she didn't move her hand, and she told me, or she asked me what I was made out of, and I said milk.
Right, where is this thing? Supposedly it's right in front of me.
Yeah, I've been trying to teach my like 5 and 3-year-old basic like grappling, because they don't understand what wrestling is, and they think it's just like beating the shit out of each other. So I've tried to teach them like basic Brazilian jiu-jitsu holds and grappling and shit, so they stop like flailing their arms and getting hit and then crying that they got hit.
Yeah, but you know they're like 5 and 3, so they're not great at figuring it out.
They don't have to be great. They just need to stop flailing their arms and hitting each other.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna stop anytime soon.
No, probably not.
Yeah, you'll have like one of them will be running around laughing, chasing the other one who's like screaming, and it's like, okay, you need to stop. It's like, no, we're playing a game. This is fun. It's like it's fun for you. You need to stop. Like one of you is
When he
screaming.
brings out the blackjack and starts beating people with it.
Giving them that
It's
Robin
just a
training.
game.
No, I'm giving them that liquid snake on Mother Base training.
Dude, I've caught them before, like filling one of them found
If
like
one
a
of your
tube sock,
kids starts-
and they like filled it with toys, like Hot Wheels. They filled it with Hot Wheels, and they're swinging it around like a sock with a bar of soap in it is like a prison weapon. So I had to put a stop to that. That was like a year or two ago, but that occasionally would happen. But yeah,
Gonna teach them how to scale walls anytime soon. See, we do that at the park.
oh, the little girl scales walls. Like she can scale
she's a
a
little
flat
monkey.
wall. Oh, this is what I was looking for. I don't know if I can do it, Caesar. Don't you? I bet I can do it. I can do it. It's fine. I gotta take care of the baby first, though.
Okay.
All I hear is screams.
Oh, dude, that was me. Did I tell you what happened at work today? Did you hear my
work today?
Did you hear my story?
No, I didn't. I was busy trying to not have family relationships implode.
Based.
Yeah.
So yeah, me too. You know that truck I've been working on for a month?
Did it blow up again?
I fucky wuckied. So there's an air hose that connects directly to the fan clutch that I forgot to connect. and I took it on a test drive, and it broke the fan, and the fan shards exploded into the radiator. Nothing is really happening because my boss is like, I get it, we're all fucking tired, and like,
I would take a month off. I'm sorry.
Yo, I wanted to curl in a ball and fucking die. But I walked into him because, you know, I am a man of honor, and I was like, whatever you gotta fucking do to me, do it. I don't really give a shit. And he's like, no, I'm gonna write you, you're going to get quote unquote written up, and it's literally just a binder that you get written up for in pencil, and it goes away after a year. So it's literally
it's about normal.
Literally nothing. And he's like, I get it.
Yeah,
we've been doing this shit for a month. Nobody's getting paid. Everybody's tired, and we all fuck up. And I was like, I gotta sit here and like talk about my boss real quick and hype this dude up. Dude is just a stellar example of leadership. He became a warrant officer not because, like, for the esteem of it or whatever. He became a warrant officer because he was tired of being a fucking E7 in a shitty unit, and he actually wanted to, like, be the change in the army. Dude is a genuinely great example of leadership. Like, when my son was born, and they were trying to give me he's at fucking WOX, which is, like, the warrant officer school. And the HR department that's in charge of, like, giving out my parental leave was trying to tell me that I needed to work, like, another 5 fucking months to get it. We had planned this out so that it was, like, perfect timing. We had, like, 2 months of leeway that it would be fine. Because there's a 1-year refresh cycle. That dude, while also studying at fucking warrant school, sat there and made a detailed Excel spreadsheet of all of the time off I had taken off, did all of the math, and sent it to them, and they're like, your math is fucked up. Unfuck this. Get him his parental leave. Like, I'm so used to anybody wondering why despite the fact that I am not being paid right now, and I'm dealing with, the federal shutdown bullshit, which is hopefully ending soon, God willing. Anybody wondering why I do that, I've spent,
Do it for him.
No, not kind of, but like, I've had so many shitty jobs because I worked in CNC for years before I became a mechanic, and I am so used to your boss trying to fuck you over in the civilian world that, like, to have, like, when I first started working there, I was legitimately taken aback by how chill and, like, cool he was. Like, every time I take time off, I was like, is this okay? Like, still to this day, I'll call him and be like, is this okay? And he's like, I don't give a shit. You have the leave for it. Do what you want. But I'm such, like, a whipped dog from shitty bosses that, like, that's why that's why I'm gonna retire out of this shit. Sorry, like, even if this shit gets big, sorry, chat, it's never gonna be my full-time job. Like, base dude, that man deserves a beer. Yeah, he is a great dude. He's one of those people, too. It's very interesting. His kind of personal life, pretty fucked. But he's just a great dude. It seems like I see a lot of, like, what I want to be in the army. I don't want to be a warrant officer because I don't want to go through the process of it. But, like, his style of leadership is very much what I try to reflect. Like, even before I met the dude, we mesh very well because we both believe that, like, leaders should be good examples. Leaders should treat their people well. Leaders should treat their soldiers like fucking humans. Which sounds like a no-brainer. Sounds like a no-brainer. But if you've met 90% of the middle manager fuckwits in the army, you would be, like, this type of leadership is shocking. So, like, I just wanted to curl up in a ball and die because when I make an effort not to fuck up. I think most people do. But, like, for me, especially in the army, fucking up means I personally failed. It's nobody else's fault but my own. I've always had, like, a problem with this, even when I was a Joe, and I very rarely got yelled at as a Joe. But when I did, I always took it to heart. and maybe took it a little bit, like, more personal. Not personally, but I took it a lot more than I should have. I can deal with, you know, the chaos of everything else, but the moment that I fuck up and my own people are yelling at me, I fucking shut down. Like, I don't know how to handle that. Seems like the dude who would ride into battle on the legend of the army, on a legendary army bear, and everybody would cheer him on. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I knew at that, that's why I work at the shop that I do. There's several other shops in the state. There are some that are a little bit closer to me. I work at mine because my boss is cool. I knew that, like, in that moment with the whole parental leave thing, that if I worked anywhere else, I would have been completely fucked. I wouldn't have gotten my parental leave. And I would have had to just figure it the fuck out.
I'm crashing out!
Well, because, like, that situation, like, even during the shutdown right now, I've been like, hey, if this... because we didn't know if we were going to get back paid until, like, yesterday. And I was like, hey, just letting you know, if we don't get back paid, I am not putting it 2 weeks in. I'm just fucking leaving. And he's like, I don't blame you. Go ahead. I don't care. He's fought, like, throughout this entire thing. He, you know, makes an effort to be informed of what the fuck's going on, to keep us updated on what the fuck is going on. You know, like, there have been several, like, relief efforts from the Army and the Guard that it's like, hey, you can take, like, a little personal grant of a little bit of pocket change. That's not, like, on him. That's just... Honestly, the relief efforts that the Army was offering during this were just genuinely useless. Like, here, we can give you a $500 grant to cover, you know, gas or whatever expenses. And it's like, cool. That's not even a quarter of my monthly paycheck. Like... That doesn't even cover my truck payment.
But they expected you to work for free, which is insane.
Yeah, well, like
the US government.
The other options that they had were like, you can take out a payday loan from USAA or Navy Federal or whatever. It's a 0% interest payday loan, so it's not like one that's gonna fuck you. But the problem with that is, once we get back paid, that back pay, at least in theory, they've actually, so far, we haven't gotten in writing. They're going to back pay us in a way that we don't get back taxed to fuck. But in you know, in the moment, it was like, when we get back paid, we are going to get fucked in taxes and not get the full amount. So if you take this payday loan for your paycheck, you're losing money. And the other option was like, hey, you can go to the unemployment office and collect unemployment. You also have to pay that back once you get back paid, though. So it's like, I'm losing money if I take this. Thanks, guard. To cheer you up even more, have you heard of the legend of the World War II bear Wojtek? Yes, the Polish, I don't know if he's from World War II. I think that might be the Finnish Winter War. But the Polish had a combat bear. He's a little feller, just a little friend.
He's strong like bull.
Strong like bull. Strong like Russian steel. That's not very strong.
Hey, they're doing good in their war, right?
T-34 tanks coming off the line with welds that you can see through. My favorite thing is, like, his tankies will cope about this all the time. They're like, no, Soviet engine manufacturing is great. And I'm like, we have T-34 sitting in museums right now, and a lot of them consistently have these manufacturing defects that are consistently mentioned. And they're not, like, a design problem. They're just like, oops, we forgot to seal the turret hatch, and you can see outside. Or my personal favorite, we forgot to put the mirrors and the periscopes for the gunner sight, so you just can't use it. Or for the commander's sight, so you just can't use it. He's from World War II. Okay. I know that the Marines had, like, a bulldog in World War II that at one point ripped a Japanese man's throat out during a raid. Good dog. I think he got promoted to Sergeant Major.
The dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a sergeant major when I was in basic at Fort Sill. There was a donkey that was a sergeant major. And if you ever did not properly refer to the sergeant major as his title, the drill sergeants would make you go stand out there at parade rest and say sorry to the sergeant major. We had one kid.
I've heard of this story.
We had one kid. We were on a ruck march. This was an AIT, I think, and they're like, "Sergeant, what the fuck's with the donkey over there?" They're like, "I don't remember its name." They're like, "That's fucking Sergeant Major. You will go over there and you will apologize to Sergeant Major." And they made him sit there for like a half an hour and apologize to the donkey.
So I haven't had to play the game with the baby sitting on my lap in a long time, actually. But I think he has a tummy ache.
Yeah, he's had one for a couple days.
Oh no.
He was in a battle during 1945. He carried artillery missiles and gun ammo. What a fucking Chad.
Here? Oh, I think I had to climb to the top to get to the thing.
Well, they only promoted him to corporal? What the fuck, Russia? Actually, I think that's a decent rank in the Russian military. Oh, you want to know some fun things? The unit makeup of the Russian army in World War II is a fucking mess. Specifically because they needed meat for the grinder. So you already have Marines, right? You know, essentially amphibious naval infantry attached to the Navy. Well, the army also, for some reason in the Russian army, had their own naval riflemen. So you've got two things that are effectively doing the same fucking thing. All because Stalingrad was such a shit show that the army had to pull people off the Volga River to carry ammo. And then they just became a unit for the remainder of the campaign. He was in the Iranian army and he started as a private. Damn, this bear's been everywhere.
Oh. That's pretty impressive for a bear.
Hell of a bear, bro.
That's like,
Hey, boo boo.
it's like the bear equivalent of that one Finnish dude that joined whatever army was fighting communists at the time, all the way up into Vietnam. Like, he joined so he served first in the Finnish Winter War, won, like, the Finnish equivalent of the Medal of Honor. Then World War II happens, he joined the Finnish SS, not because he was a Nazi, but because he hated fucking communists. Won the Iron Cross. World War II ends, he joins the Green Berets, kills communists in Korea, wins the fucking Silver Star or something, all the way up into Vietnam, where he finally dies in a helicopter crash and is posthumously earned the Medal of Honor.
Wow. Dude had a mission. His life's mission to wreck commies.
He was pulled out of the army.
commies.
He's pulled out of the army due to demob. The bear dropped missiles on the Nazis through the Chad.
Dude, I mean, I know they send, like, monkeys to space and stuff, but, like, bears in the army is pretty cool.
I had a buddy who's a canine handler, and there's a rule in the army: you can't outrank the dog. The dog has to outrank you. So I had a buddy who, like, legitimately took several demotions just so that he could stay with his service dog. Canine handlers are something else, though. They don't really give a shit about rank. It's kind of like medics. An
so
E2
sweet.
private medic can tell you to go fuck themselves because they're a subject matter expert. Doesn't matter your rank. Like, if there's a medical emergency and a colonel's trying to yell at them, they can tell the colonel to, in no uncertain terms, go fuck themselves.
I'm just hearing a Chad.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hearing.
medics are absolute chads. They'll also give you, you know, if you're a good boy, you can sometimes ask for fentanyl pops. And if you're a dubious medic, they might give it to you.
Oh my goodness.
I've yet to find one. I will find the mythical fent pop medic.
My favorite is my buddy. He God, I really gotta ask where he was stationed, but I guess the medic that worked with him They would just all go into like wherever this like depot was with all this like munitions, and they'd be like, "All right, line up, everyone's getting a piss bag," because they were all hungover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who can blame him? He wants to stay with the good boy. He's like, yeah, like this dog has literally killed for me. This dog has saved my life. I don't give a shit about my rank.
Base.
Can I get one more?
Can I get one more? That is an actually very great story that if you haven't read up on it, I always recommend people read up on Medal of Honor recipients, especially from the First, Second, and Vietnam War.
Well, especially if you're gonna like be in the military, you know,
Especially if
have
you're
good
going to be in the military.
examples.
I always tell them, much like you as a Catholic would pick a patron saint that suits you, to pick a Medal of Honor recipient from the First, Second, or Vietnam War that inspires you, that you wish to be like. Maybe not Audie Murphy, because you know you're gonna die, but to replicate their zeal. I actually wanted to be a medic when I first came in because of Desmond Doss, and ended up not being a medic because their schooling is really long, and I didn't want to be away from my family for that long.
Yeah, we had a 1-year-old at the time.
Yeah. And so I became an artilleryman instead, but I always idolize Alvin York, from the First World War. That man took what was it, 82 prisoners armed with a fucking handgun in the trenches of World War I.
Aw, it kicked me.
For me, it's the you know the story about the red feather sniper, right?
Which in Vietnam?
I think it was Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, where like he wore a red feather because he wanted to give them a chance.
Yeah, that was the dude that took a 6x scope and had an armor bolt a window rail onto an M2 Browning so he could use it as a sniper rifle. Yeah. For reference, chat, an M2 Browning is a 50 caliber machine gun. It is not a sniper. This dude has the longest recorded shot on record with an open bolt machine gun. My recruiter was an EOD guy, so he got attached to Special Forces a lot. And he was telling me stories of how in Afghanistan they would mount ACOGs to Mark 19s, which is a chain-fed grenade launcher. And they would use it effectively. They would, you know those little, like, go-karts that the SEALs run around on? Like the glider in Battlefield 6, kind of like that. They would take those and they would mount Mark 19s to them with ACOGs and then use them as mobile mortars. Because they were far more effective as mortars because you could be 300 meters away from, you know, a target, fire 6 rounds, and then drive the fuck away, reposition, and then do it again. Wojtek was confirmed to have had cigarettes and beer as treats. That is a true Slavic man. Yeah, oh, he's so small! So cute.
The dog?
The bear.
The bear. Okay.
That's another thing I could do shorts on, just Medal of Honor recipients.
Yeah. That would be a good one.
Or you could be like Audie Murphy, who, despite his better judgment, held the line on a burning tank for several hours, refused medical attention, absolutely fucked up a shit ton of tanks with a bazooka that he also had, and then after the war, left to go become a distinguished actor, and played himself in a film talking about his deeds, to the point where he was like, I don't even like the movie toned down his shit, and he's like, this still feels too theatrical, and I don't like it. Ooh, I get to finally see how well my machine gun nests work.
Oh, they're attacking that one. I'm fighting the big ghosty boy. Oh, they're a little scary when they're in a large group all trying to grab and eat your face.
I'm gonna eat my face.
They open up their face to eat your face.
Yep.
It's like intimidating in like such a beautiful way. I love these things so much.
Okay, I think I'm done with this breakthrough match. I just saw 6 mortars appear. I'm calling it.
The warriors of the mind, they persist.
Warrior of the
Me as I glass the enemy point with mortars.
Come kill these ones for me, please. Oh no, my health is actually getting kind of low. That's not good, because I want to be able to catch this thing.
Yeah, I always tell my new soldiers, like, hey, go find a Medal of Honor recipient. Pick one that you like, and try to emulate that person and how they acted. And I've seen, like, a marginal improvement in people who enlisted but didn't know why the fuck they enlisted. To have, like, some kind of...
Oh my god, I'm really sorry, you're talking about something serious.
I'm coming.
Oh, I already got the guy. What are you gonna do?
Oh, this is an AA zone.
Oh, yeah. I quit even carrying my birds around. Like, I quit bothering because of all that. Ooh, he had precious entrails. What is this? A mushroom? Is that like... It looks different. Okay. My inventory is full, so I need to go somewhere. Where is the nearest fast travel? Is so far away. Orientation. North.
The first step of land navigation is to orient your map.
I'm trying to remember to do that. You baby. We're back to the old days with the baby noises in the background.
Old days as of a week ago.
It was like 2 weeks ago. Actually, he's been really good the past couple weeks. So it's really more of like you know, the first month. We're into the second month now, I think. I mean, honestly, we haven't really been streaming for that long.
No, not at all.
But we stream a lot, so it feels longer, I guess. At least, especially for being like not Alright, especially for not being like full-time streamers, we stream a lot.
Yeah. I'm happy with the little slot we've carved out.
Yeah. Oh no! I like glitched so I didn't glide. Come back here, ghosty boy.
We're not streaming tomorrow, right?
No, tomorrow's Thursday. This week has gone by really fast, and I think it's because I have spent so much time drawing that like I just like
Wish I could say the same.
I get like hyper focused on it, and so I'll like sit down and I'll start drawing, and then I look up and it's 2 hours later, and the only thing that breaks my super focus is like a kid asking me for food or something.
How dare they?
I'm lucky if they ask. Usually they just jump straight to making themselves a meal. Which is fine. I taught them to do that on purpose because for several reasons. Like one of which, like, I don't know, what if something happened to me and like nobody, it took several hours for someone to find them or something. Like, yeah, they need to be able to feed themselves. Or like if I don't know, if I'm sick or something, or taking care of a tiny little baby and I can't stand up, you know, for a little bit, like I've got like 20 minutes before I can go help them out. If they're really hungry, they can do it themselves. And sometimes I give them the option. They're like, I would like this. And it's like, okay, I can get you that in like a half hour. So if
Lila's mom, have you seen these titles? She is aware that we stream.
She sees our
shorts.
Yeah, she doesn't watch our streams though.
Have you seen these titties? I just
It's funny. The
What's
answer
going on,
is
super duper something?
the answer is no.
No, I mean she's your mom at some point.
Yeah, no, she hasn't seen me naked since I grew any. Like,
Fair.
yeah. All right, before I can
Bow bow bow.
wait,
He's a bow bow.
it is completed. Okay. Oh my goodness, she still calls me that. Like, when like I was trying to make shorts earlier, and my kids were like climbing on my lap and stuff, and that one, she's like, is it a bow bow? I was like, no, you know what this is. She's just like watching the stream.
I'm sure
It's
she
a bow
has seen the
bow.
titles though, because I'm fairly certain she's subbed the channel,
I don't think so.
so she might get notifications for it.
Oh, she does. She doesn't have YouTube notifications on.
I doubt that she watches our streams, considering we haven't gotten texts from the the beginning of the stream today.
Oh, I finally found some sand. I only found 6, so we need a lot more than 6, but I did find some.
Nice. What's going on, Masashi? Hey guys, it's me, Charlie.
I did find sand.
me Charlie.
Dude, if you guys would turn into sand, it'd be so much easier to find so much more sand. Why won't you turn sand into sand for me? Do you not love me?
Would you love me if I was sand?
Sorry.
This week has gone by, I mean, I guess relatively quickly for me because I was off the first 2 days of it. I feel like it's going to drag now after all that's happened today. But... I mean, we're gonna take the truck and we're gonna go park it because we can't do anything with it until we get a new radiator anyway. But then it's like, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do other than scrub the shit out of my bay because at this point oil is caked into the fucking ground.
Well, at least you didn't have one that, like, nothing set on fire today, right?
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, you've had things set on fire before.
Both of
Let's
y'all,
go,
if you
baby.
did stream humor in front of your parents, how would they react? I mean, we basically are the same in real life, so like,
Well, I mean, I don't
my
make all...
parents would just be like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, you're exactly the same. I don't make some of the same jokes in front of my mom. But, I mean, you guys heard my sister. I'm pretty sure she talks that way in front of my mom. Like, yeah, it's not a big deal. And it's not that, like, my mom couldn't handle talking like that. It's just, I just don't. Usually. I don't know. She's heard me say some pretty interesting things.
Your
You don't
mother
care.
and my mother sat at my dining room table in my home talking about fellatio
Yeah,
in detail.
I missed that conversation.
And I was
Oh,
like, y'all
fuck.
motherfuckers. You've met
Y'all
my
need Jesus.
you've met my parents. They're very blunt and to the point. There's a reason I am the way that I am. But to hear it from my mother-in-law, who's a very soft-spoken, like,
So-
picture Lila, but even more like prudish, but not like in a bad way, but like
Well,
legitimately.
it's not that she's like has a problem with any of that stuff, she tries to match the filter of the person she's talking to.
Yeah.
And so, like, to play it on the safe side, which is kind of like what I usually try to do. The problem is I stream with you, so that's
Yeah.
the filter I'm matching.
Match my freak.
Yeah. But, oh, don't go there. I want you in here. Sorry, I'm having a hard time getting my pals to do what I want them to do. I remember what I was doing now. Okay, so, like, yeah, my mom is usually more filtered, but it's because she tries to match other people's filter.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's just me and her, I can get her going.
Purple.
Actually, my mom is pink and my dad is blue.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was in like middle school and high school, when I'd get pulled into the principal's office for saying something, and they'd be like, "We're gonna call your parents and tell them what you said." I'm like, okay. You think I don't say this shit at home? What do you think this is? I remember because I had a teacher that just fucking despised me. My geometry teacher. She would give me detention constantly for the dumbest shit, and then not give me homework, and then tell me it was on the onus was on me to come get it. So I had racked up like weeks worth of lunch detention at that point, because by junior year, my second semester of my junior year, I transferred to homeschooling and excelled. It was great. It was a great time. But it was like a week before the semester ended. The dean pulled me into the office. He's like, "Are you ever gonna serve these lunch detentions?" And I was like, "No." You're like, "You only got like a couple of weeks left here." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm not doing it." He's like, "All right, fair enough."
So when my mom was a kid, she had a gym teacher.
Nice.
Oh, she had like a gym teacher in like grade school, like 6th grade. I think it was 6th grade, who was just like this, like very manly woman apparently, and she just like hated my mom because she's the least athletic person in the entire world, and
She's a very theater kid.
yeah, she was almost a cheerleader, but that's like as athletic as she got. But anyway, so this gym teacher hated her, and actually called a parent-teacher conference, specifically like a special conference, to get her parents in there. And to tell her, she throws like a girl. And so my mom's mom, who is pretty awesome too, quite often, also she's like, "Well, I would hope so." And she stormed out. Let's see. Where is the thing I'm supposed to go to? Looking at the map.
It's really interesting because my dad had like a after his addiction arc, he became a very soft-spoken softy. Like, he doesn't cuss anymore. And it's still weird to me because growing up, my dad is a Marine. My dad spoke very much like I do now, where every other word is fuck. I don't do it in front of my kids, but like, he would. And so even to this day, it's still weird now. He's still like a fucking goober.
Dude, the way he censors swear words is funny sometimes.
He'll talk about fucking till no end, but he can't say fuck.
Well, like some of the words he counts as not swear words are like ones I would count as swear words too. So like it just doesn't quite make sense to me. Like what's filtered and what's not filtered.
He feels personally convicted to it. I will make fun of him for it, but it is admirable.
Well, it's
but
just
it's
like
also
friendly.
funny.
It's like friendly teasing. It's not like you don't actually like bully him for it or anything.
Exactly. I have a weird relationship with my parents where like we banter with each other.
Yeah.
Like there's no like threat of like my dad like an old Southern dad is like, "I'm gonna whoop you. You keep talking like that, I'm gonna pop you in the mouth." No, like we literally just give each other shit.
I mean, he did like throw you through a wall once.
Yeah, but that was warranted. That was not.
Throw through a wall.
That was not. You got thrown through a wall for the same reason I did. What is the worst branch in my opinion? The Air Force, because it's not a military branch. It's a corporate entity that's pretending to be a military branch. In terms of being in it,
Dare you.
in terms of being in it, the Marine Corps, their leadership is terrible right now. They're having a huge leadership crisis, and most people don't do more than a 4-year contract.
Because their leadership is terrible.
Because their leadership is terrible and nobody wants to stick around. The Marine Corps is at its best when they are given something to kill, and they haven't had something to kill in like 15 years, so they're in garrison time right now. And so it's all about looking pretty and telling people who are, 220 pounds of pure ripped muscle that they're fat. Because they failed tape.
I know how bad I'm working on it.
Not like teenagers or borderline NSFW. Like, I wasn't a part of it, but bathroom peekers and the locker room people doing package checks, underwear on. Yeah.
What?
Yo, you're a girl, you don't understand.
I do not understand.
You know how me and my friends sexually harass each other constantly?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that still, but like in high school. The Navy's also not great to be in right now. But that's just because the Navy sucks. Like
Manic got out at the perfect time, in my opinion.
yeah, well the problem with the
They
Navy
were like,
now
we're gonna put you
is
on a
that-
boat.
Well, I've said this before. If the Navy went back to the job being ass and like having a high likelihood of killing you just from doing your job, the Navy would be a more enjoyable experience. The Navy is boring now. Like, ships are effectively automated. Everything is safe. Actual naval warfare is effectively just line warfare across 3 miles of ships shooting missiles at each other and counter-missiling. It's like the game Battleship, except you don't even see the target. So, like, you basically just do a rotation of 6 months on a boat, 6 months off a boat, 6 months on a boat, 6 months off a boat. Your entire fucking career. It is not the branch to be in if you have a family.
Yeah, it sounds pretty terrible for a family.
Which branch gets the most shit on? The Coast Guard.
Yeah.
The Coast Guard, unwarrantedly, too. The Coast Guard is legitimately a really cool branch. Their training is on par with the Marine Corps'.
I think people
And they
don't
get
understand
no
what they do.
credit.
Like, I don't think people understand what they're for. They hear Coast Guard, they're like, oh, it's just lifeguards or something.
Oh, it's like the Navy National Guard, right? As a guardsman, I want to say that we get the most shit, but we don't. The Coasties get the worst.
They really do.
Those motherfuckers are the dudes taking down, like, drug subs before we started missiling the fuck out of them. Those are the dudes who would go and board those fucking things. Those are people that are actually, like,
Doing
in
something that matters.
the long span 30 years sandbox bullshit that we just spent. Those were the dudes that were actually doing something for the home front, and they have gotten none of the credit. I love my puddle pirates.
That's the cutest name I've heard for anything military, I think. That's adorable.
We the puddle pirate.
It's a lucky.
In secondary, I would say the Guard, because people don't know what we do.
Yeah, well,
They
I mean,
think-
you're still
they think-
part of the army, though, right? Like,
Their
is the-
perception of the Guard is that we're, like, fake army, but, like, we have to go, we're federal. We have to go through army basic training. We still go through the same training and SOPs that everybody else. We just don't spend our entire month fucking around in a motor pool as well and getting yelled at by a dude with 3 divorces under his belt. We only do that 2 days out of the month, or 2 weeks, or on a deployment. We deploy more often than active duty does.
Well, like, I don't think the term weekend warriors has to be inherently offensive, but I think that is usually
No.
said in a way meant to offend.
I think that the Guard is how, like, especially if you're like a small Euro nation, and most of them actually do it this way, the Guard is how your military should be run. Like, if we didn't have all of the force projection that we have, and, if we weren't the greatest military known to man, most militaries are set up like the Guard in the first place.
Well,
Where
I
it's
have
like,
no chance for that.
I think that
apparently.
if you're a guardsman, you're better set for civilian life because you already have a job. And you also have military experience. You get the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
you don't
you
end
never...
up with a homeless. Generally, you don't end up with a homeless veteran.
Well, you don't have to, like, entirely recalibrate when you come home after, like, years of just doing military stuff because you're doing them alongside each other. The transition has to be easier, even though you do have to deal with, like, smaller transitions. Like when you go, I know that when you go to drill for like 2 weeks or a month or something, like it's a lot harder when you come back home for a little bit. Because it takes a while to like reset.
You wake up at the highest tier branch, you get unlimited changes to law, branch removals, or quality if QOF changes. What do you do? First of all, the Marine Corps is getting grafted back into the Navy. Their entire military budget is literally the scraps from the Navy's R&D budget anyway. There's literally zero reason for them to be their own branch. It makes a logistical nightmare. The Air Force is becoming the Army Air Corps again because, again, they're too small to actually be their own branch, and they should fall under military command. In terms of small unit level, I would hold the actual leaders to much more account to... Instead of focusing on teaching people how to write fucking papers in basic leadership course, teach them how to actually be a leader to a degree. Also acknowledge the fact that not everybody is capable of being a leader, and that shuttling a bunch of people who are, quite frankly, low IQ troglodytes and giving them chevrons is a terrible fucking idea. I think that becoming a non-commissioned officer should be a much higher bar than you've met enough promotion points and been in long enough. You should have to demonstrate actual leadership potential. And it should require, like, a command letter. I would require officers to actually have any moderate amount of fucking experience, or just get rid of them altogether because they're basically an aristocratic era, or an aristocratic holdover from the bygone era. And most units are run by their non-commissioned. Anyway, there's a lot of things I would do. Our equipment needs modernized. The Pentagon is currently working on that, thank fuck. But, like, I am fixing trucks at my job that are on the low end, 20 years old, and on the high end, 40 years old.
You're working at vehicles older than you.
I'm working on vehicles older than me, older than anybody that I work with.
Wow.
But even then, the people that are in, because the guard gets, like, we are late to getting new shit, there are people that still remember the deuce and a half trucks. Like the old big Jeeps. Jet rods? What did I say in context? Because I spilled off a lot of things there. I don't know what I said that sounded like jet rods. Please elaborate.
The old trucks?
No, that was... Those are different. Oh. I have a... No, I got rid of it, but I had a video on my channel talking about what I think leadership is, what I think leadership should be. My entire leadership style as a sergeant comes from old British Army manuals of what a sergeant ought to be. And I have modeled my entire leadership style off of that, and it has worked swimmingly. I think that if you are going to be a leader, you cannot just be a slave driver and be like, I have rank, so I can be a cunt and treat my people like shit, and they have to respect me because of my rank. No, fuck you. And this is something that's that's really hitting the army hard with Gen Z, because Gen Z doesn't give a shit about your rank. And they're not going to respect you until you've earned it. You need to earn the respect of your subordinates. And that doesn't mean, kiss their ass and, let them get away with shit.
That's not respect. Right. Yeah, at that time it's like, oh, they like you, or they take advantage of you, or whatever. People pleasing is not what earns you respect. That's something else.
Oh no, that people are too stupid to be using chevron. So sorry, it's called a chevron. The 3 stripes on a sergeant's rank. It's called a chevron. Yeah, these are also just general garrison problems that get sorted out very quickly in an actual conflict. The problem is we've been in a garrison status for over, 20 20 years at this point. There are now people in higher leadership that have never seen fucking combat. And so people give a shit about things that don't matter. Like, hey, hero, your boots aren't bloused correctly. I work for a living, chief. I don't give a fuck.
Why do you have... Why is your suit not crisp?
I got in a verbal altercation with the sergeant major at the BLC course because I read his file because they have a packet of all of the cadre and their accolades and what they've done. This motherfucker did nothing. He was a 92 Alpha fucking supply clerk his entire career. Or no, sorry, 92 Yankee admin clerk. Even the supply clerks actually get shot at. This dude spent his entire fucking career on a fob in the air conditioning and was trying to talk to people about what leadership is or how are you going to react when the bullets start flying? I'm like, I don't know, probably better than you because you've never fucking had to deal with it, fucker.
Ah! Well, then you had, like, when you first started your mechanic job, you have, like, one guy kept on giving you a hard time about being a new guy in the new generation of the wussy army.
Yeah, the guy and I that were the same generation, I'm just on the low end of his generation.
Yeah, and he's, like, obese and stuff.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing. He's like, you new generation. This dude was obese, literally had just failed his last PT test and was getting out of the army. But to complete, barely functioning alcoholic. And he would love to talk shit about the new generation. Like, you lazy motherfuckers, you guys never want to do shit. I'm like, you're obese. You failed your last 2-mile run. And he shut the fuck up after that.
Yeah.
And it was great.
It's good to stand up for yourself.
Honestly, the best piece of advice I can give to anybody going into the army, or any of the military, maybe not the Marine Corps, this will get you just, like, beaten into the dirt. But the army, you can get away with this. Let your fucking nuts drag and talk shit when you can. Just be willing to face the consequences, obviously. But, like, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid to tell somebody who outranks you to go fuck themselves. I have legitimately, when I was a Joe, we had this one dude who really liked to talk shit. He got rank, like, we came out, when I came in, he was a specialist. He got his E5, like, maybe 2 years later. Very obviously an insecure person, very obviously, like, used his rank to try to feel superior to other people. And at one point, he just kept talking shit, and I looked at him. I was inside of an ammo shack at the range, so, like, there's a counter between us, and I was like, you think that those chevrons protect you from me beating the shit out of you, and I can assure you, they don't. And he stopped talking shit to me. The best advice I can give... The best I can give is, like... The best advice I can give to people is, like, you sometimes just have to threaten to break a person's jaw in the military, and they'll respect you for it. And if they don't, fuck them. You know, obviously be a good soldier, follow orders and all that, but...
Good soldiers follow orders.
However, comma, if you gotta tell a person to get fucked, tell them to get fucked. If they're in the wrong, they're in the wrong.
Don't eat my headphone cord.
I tell my Joes, like, if I ever say anything to you that, like, rubs you the wrong way, or, like, I'm being a cunt, feel free to tell me I'm being a cunt. I don't care. If I'm in the wrong, then I am.
Break it to you.
My soldiers love me.
Alright, let's see. Do I have any food to put in here?
This advice will not work for you in civilian life. If you try to threaten to break your boss's jaw, he'll probably just try to get you arrested for assault. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I remember when we got embedded with
No
the...
wonder, that explains everything.
Yeah. I remember when we got embedded with the infantry, the way I got their cadre to respect me, is I was a new buck E5. I'd literally just gotten promoted. The person who was supposed to be our squad leader ended up having to get pulled off and retasked, so I became the squad leader of a weapons squad, which is machine gun team, anti-tank, mortars. They didn't have mortars because they broke their fucking mortars. But, you know, I go from no responsibility 1 month to I am in charge of 9 people. And they treated me like I was an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I understand baseline infantry tactics, and what I don't know, I'm willing to learn. And I was struggling at one point with the PEC-15, because I had never used it before. It's basically like the IR laser that you can put on top of your gun and see it under night vision, so you shoot with night vision. And this staff sergeant just kept laughing at me in the range because I couldn't figure it out. And I very carefully unloaded my weapon, put it on safe, turned around, and very calmly said, "You could continue making fun of me. You could continue talking shit. Or I could break your jaw with the butt of my fucking rifle. Or you could just teach me how to use the fucking thing." And he respected me for that. Because that's just how grunts work. And then he taught me how to use it. It was great. How do you break mortars? You don't clean them. So, like, eventually what happens is the tube, like, the interior... So, the powder eventually is corrosive if you leave it for too long, depending on what it's made of. But, like, the powder they use specifically for the mortars will corrode the barrel. So, they just didn't clean their mortars for, like, several years, and the barrel started pitting. My buddy works at the works in the small arms department. So, he's in charge of fixing artillery and like shit for the state, and he was the one who told me that because I was like, why the fuck don't we have mortars? I'm supposed to have a mortar team. And he's like, oh yeah, they just broke their mortars. Otherwise, it's very hard to break mortars because it's literally just a metal pipe with a firing pin.
I need a lot more Night Star sand.
So I was actually supposed to be going on deployment with this unit this year. I would still be there right now, but because of my full-time job, I got pulled off of it. And I was fucking livid at the time, because my boys are going to go over there without me. We didn't really know the scope of the mission. It ended up being kind of bullshit. But they had made it sound like it was going to be a combat deployment because of things that were happening in, you know, the Middle East at the time. I am so fucking glad I didn't go on that deployment. This unit is so fucked. They are actually responsible. Our state is currently... Our deployments are halted. I'm not going to say which state, obviously. Our deployments are currently halted because the state is under investigation for negligence. And it's because of this unit's deployment. They didn't have enough handguns to issue out
Are you
to all of the
kidding
squad
me?
leaders.
What they were gonna
And
do?
for the handguns that they did have, they didn't have fucking holsters for. It took them 4 hours to issue out weapons because they didn't make a roster until the day we had gotten there.
Oh my goodness. What are they gonna do? Like, you know, the man in front has the rifle. When the man with the rifle falls, you pick up the rifle.
Oh no. They had the rifles. They had the rifles.
I know, I'm just saying, like, they
just
don't have
hadn't
enough guns
allocated
for
them.
everybody. Oh my goodness.
Well, the handgun is basically just a market station. Like, you're realistically probably not going to use it. If you're a machine gunner, you might use it, because in weapon squads, the squad leader doesn't get the pistol, the machine gunner does.
You've only got 2 breeding beds up here?
Well, I only need 2 so far.
I am so underwhelmed.
Oh. Holy fuck. Yeah, there's a,
Kidding.
there are a couple of states, the mine being one of them, where the infantry units are fucking just in a really bad spot.
Oh, I only had 1 egg. I went all the way up here for 1 egg.
A lot of it has to do with state funding being shit. Like, field artillery is the last to get anything. There was, up until this year, our people, because of the deployment funding that we had gotten, our people were still using gear from the old camo pattern that stopped being in service in 2015. So like that shitty teal digicam. We still had equipment that was that. I ended up buying my own plate carrier a couple of years ago because I didn't want to wear it. Way too little breeding ranches. Yeah, I'm trying to get like everything set up. Why does the machine gunner need a pistol? Because it's very hard if you're being run up on to swing a 40-pound machine gun to kill a person. It's a lot easier to just draw a pistol. It's basically like a you are fucked moment. Like, the likelihood of you using it is lower. Because even as a machine gunner, you have an entire, like, 2 fire teams on support as well. With actual, with carbines. But in the event that you are in a oh fuck moment, the machine gunner gets the pistol because they're the one that's going to get run up on. And let me give you a little cool tactical SOP lesson, chat. In any small infantry engagement, the first target, if there are no vehicles present, is the machine gunner. Because the machine gunner is the person that's going to kill the most of you. The machine gunner's job is not explicitly to kill you, it is to keep your head down. And he does it exceptionally well. The machine gunner is generally either a pissed-off 5'4" dude that has been given a 40-pound machine gun, or a pissed-off twink that has been given a machine gun, because people think it's funny to give the small people the 40-pound machine gun. Any chance that the machine gunner has to release some of the weight that he has to carry, he is going to use.
Guys, I just had a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since the baby's sitting on my lap right now, I'm gonna add him right here. There.
What's your idea?
I got the baby's on my lap now.
Oh.
He's really small. Here we go.
Yeah, the reason you give the machine gunner a pistol is because they are the primary target. Like, if I'm taking machine gun fire, I am throwing explosives in every fire that I have at that thing until it stops making noise. But it also, like, generally you're not going to take a machine gun nest head on. You're going to try to flank the thing. And then you're going to probably be, like, right up on them. So they get the pistol, so if everything is fucked, they can try. Now I'm thinking of a femboy fucking juggernaut carrying a machine gun. That was me for 4 years. I am, again, 6'2" and 140 pounds. Or I was. I am now 6 foot and 140 pounds. Because spinal compression. But, yeah, I was a machine gunner for 4 years. I loved it, though. You get used to the weight.
I got some cool new moves here. Upgrade my guys. Nothing, I don't need that.
Honestly, it was worse when I got, promoted to weapons squad lead when we were with the infantry. Because the weapons squad lead, the machine gunner just carries, like, the 240 and a belt and maybe a carbine, like, slung on their hip. The assistant gunner / weapons squad lead carries the spare barrel bag. All 3 of those barrels combined weighs, or rather, the spare barrel bag with the tripod embedded in the spare barrel bag. That weighs more than the machine gun. It weighs like twice the fucking machine gun. And then you also carry 2 to 3 200-round belts in a rucksack. I was carrying more than I weighed at a time. I need to go into space and get my spine decribbled. I need to go into space and kill aliens. My spine's not crippled, though. It's just compressed. Like, I don't have back pain. I mean, I have lower back pain, but it's normal tall person lower back pain. It's a normal thing that'll happen if you're in any, like, laborious job where you carry a lot of weight. You will have spinal compression. It doesn't inherently mean bad. It can mean bad if you slip a disc, but my back's actually pretty good.
You're going to space with the gravity. without the gravity. Guys, I'm gonna go in the arena and I'm gonna defeat a newbie pal tamer. Do you think I can do it?
No.
Let's see. We're gonna main Creamy because why the fuck not? Creamy is the best. Ghosty Boy and Galby. All right, let's go.
I'll censor and post a picture in the in the Discord of me with a machine gun. I also have another one of me holding a rocket launcher that I took recently. I'll have Lila draw my face on top of it.
I was about to say. What the? Oh, I thought I hit the wrong button, but it just was over that fast. Breakdancing!
Noise.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now because this is just gonna be like a busy thing until I get to higher level ones. Level 40, dude.
Didn't they rock your shit?
Yeah, I bet.
Tournament.
Well, they start out with like level 20. Like otherwise, if you do PvP, it has to be someone in your world. And
wanna do PvP?
No. You know what?
Why not?
I think we could do it.
We can handle it.
I already started the silver ranking one.
Let's settle this like real men with a children's card game.
I don't know if I can be bothered without motorcycles. Is it worth it?
Card games on motorbike.
Just kidding. I didn't even watch that series.
Which one was that? Was that
3?
GX or 3?
No. So GX is the second one, right? The one with Yuki or whatever. What's his name? I'm blanking out his name. Is that it? I don't know. I saw that one on like a few episodes on TV when I was a kid. I just got kicked out as I won. It was really sad.
Imagine if the world ran on Yu-Gi-Oh! I started the bike series. Oh, okay. You just started watching. Okay.
So,
fight me in the arena, coward.
Usei is the name of the guy in the biking one. That's the 3rd series, and then you had Zexal.
It's called 5Ds.
Yeah, 5Ds. I knew that because so I was obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged for a long time. I need to like restart my game. It's
5Ds nuts. Got him.
My game is like actually frozen, so I'm gonna.
Mine's like lagging.
Mine like kicked me and then it literally froze.
Where's
I had
the
these.
arena?
Oh, I guess you can't look on the map to find me. Okay, let's get back in here.
Got him.
Here we go.
Damn it, you stole my show. Get got.
Jaden, that's his name. His name isn't it Jaden Yuki? Like I feel like that's his last name. I could be wrong. Has my mic changed? Oh, he added like a new thing on my mic that's supposed to make me sound better. Do I sound better? Or do I sound worse? Am I too far away from it?
Does it sound better or where? Yeah. I'm running everything, so both of our mics are now hardlined into the same PC and running through voice meter, and I'm still learning how to equalize that.
Oh, we can set like some stuff. Like we can ban yeah, we can like we can ban a few things in here. Level sync, time limit. Okay, let's just go.
Limit. We're gonna crank the time limit. All right.
Let's just go. I'm waiting for my opponent.
I'm also waiting for my opponent.
Maybe it won't work because we're in the same guild.
No. Not to be confused with Yugi Moto. How do I cancel?
I don't know. Oh well, I guess we can just ditch. You didn't work.
I want to fight.
Hey, do you want a raptor?
Maybe.
Go to where I am. There's raptors.
It's not that. It's just at the start of every sentence is a loud pop, and I hear every breath like it's too good. If that makes sense. That does make sense.
I don't have like a good enough filter on it.
I might need to up the gate.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, like a raptor.
Where are you?
I'm getting attacked by a raptor. I put my hand in the wrong spot, so I hit the wrong button. But I accidentally let my guy loose, so I guess it was the right button.
That's weird because I don't hear it on my end. I wonder if it's an OBS thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, we've been having general audio issues. We're gonna have even more fun technical issues when that streaming PC gets here.
Oh yeah, because you gotta figure out how to utilize it. This spot looks like it should have a dungeon here.
If the federal government ever decides to finally pay me, we'll probably get new mics.
Eventually. I mean, I feel like we should figure out our programs first.
Well, a lot of the problem is me just trying to trying to compensate for the Amazon mic. I don't have misophonia, so it's an emergency. Okay.
Good to know, though. 'Cause I don't ever see the streams until like the next day, maybe, if I'm looking for things to put on shorts. Well, that was my comment on earlier when you guys asked if my mom does in fact see my streams. She doesn't see my streams, but she does. Or if here's the way we talk or whatever. She does apparently get. She does get my shorts in her feed. So if I put anything in her short, my mom might see it.
Phoenix is riding your wife.
What? They're that strong? Oh man, these gearballs are a lot stronger. Ah, they're around. I mean, I killed one a little bit ago. Ghosty Boy might have taken them all out.
I don't have any balls.
Yeah.
Alright. Can I borrow some of your balls?
You're calling me a man? Are you saying I have balls?
Yeah.
I forgot we can share balls in this game.
What is that? What is this thing? Palumba.
Oh, is that the Bronchosaurus?
No, it's like...
Oh, that's the raptor.
That's not a raptor.
Oh, is it literally like the emu one?
Maybe?
All you gotta do is walk around. I literally found 2 legendary spheres in a pile of debris. Raccoonio over here is singing to us.
Bro just walks off.
Yeah, I don't see any more raptors. Oh, I see dinosaurs though. Roloha. So over in my direction, there's a whole pack of them. I put one in the base at one point because I got one for you. There's 4 of them.
Oh yeah,
here.
those guys.
The first time I came here, it was the first time that we had the lag problem on stream, where but there were like 8 million of those and the raptors, and they were all attacking me, and they were like spawn camping me. Fine. What kind? What color?
I don't know, man.
Let's see. What button do I have to press to hit? Get just like a color. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The ball. Oh.
I'll help you out by being a distraction.
I missed.
Don't do that. Oh, I just got sunbeamed. Hyper beam, whatever that thing's called.
I ran out of balls.
No. Wait, why are they all dead?
I don't know. How'd that happen? That's crazy.
How'd you kill them all?
Look at him go!
Are you playing with their corpses? Oh my goodness, you can just throw them.
Launched. If you roll into it, they just shoot.
I don't think it was that. I think it was that he like rolled over the other one like a ramp. Yeah. All right, this is getting a little gross. Let's move on.
Howdy, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Welcome to the stream.
Tieable. Right? You just say all the letters.
Have a great night.
Yeah. Alright, there's a lot of herbals here, but they're all like higher level, so they're harder to catch. I also found raptors at the place with the Terraria dungeon.
Oh, okay.
I didn't find any there the first time we went, but the game had a few updates since that. I do not want to carry these things around. Alright.
Get in the water.
Alright, there's the fast travel. We're gonna go like a tiny bit faster for like a tiny bit. There we go. Alright. Uh-oh, baby. I need like 13 more sand.
How much did you find?
7.
Alright.
I need.
Find it.
I found it over by that volcanic bit where you died.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's because it's on a beach. Like I think it has to be on a beach. But it's like randomly spawned sometimes. I think I could be wrong. I'm gonna see if I can get the singing baby to sleep.
Okay. Good luck.
I will need it.
What do we want to talk about tonight, chat? What do we want to autism post about tonight? What are we thinking? I heard Warhammer lore last night. There are so many options. I need somebody to narrow something down in terms of Warhammer lore. I have too many berries. Who's the better father out of the Greek gods? Ooh. That's a good question. Well, it's not Zeus. That's kind of just a given. I don't know, Hermes seems like a pretty cool, pretty chill dude. Faction, I think, is underrated. Pretty much all of the Tau auxiliary races, the Kroot, the Vespid, they are horribly underrated. Criminally so. Or if we're talking, like, in terms of people understanding the lore, the Imperial Guard, the kind of Redditification of Warhammer lore has made the Imperial Guard into a meme, instead of the fucking monolith that it is. Like, people kind of just boil it down to, like, oh, they throw people in the meat grinder and don't care about bodies, but it's like, no, this is an organization that could effectively adapt to any kind of warfighting at any moment. Like, sure, yeah, they'll do, like, the World War I trench warfare and throw meat in the grinder, but they'll also adopt, like, you know, like, maneuver warfare and things like that, depending, if the situation arises. People just kind of, due to misunderstanding, think that the guard is, like, stupid and doesn't use tactics, or that guardsmen are weak. When, like, an average, even starving conscript is on par with, like, in terms of, like, real-life power scaling. A normal guardsman is, like, on par with the training of a fucking Navy SEAL or a Green Beret. And then it just gets more insane power scaling after there, because the guard also has special forces that are inconceivably powerful. Like Kasrkins and things like that. I mean, there's a couple factions that just don't get played a lot on tabletop, but there's usually reasons behind it. Like, AdMech is price prohibitive. Leagues of Votann is a fairly underrated just faction in general, but that's Games Workshop essentially. So Leagues of Votann are essentially space dwarves. We already had those like back in the Rogue Trader and 2nd and 3rd edition era, but they got rid of them. They were called squats. And they decided to bring them back and make them more of like a AI worshipping like a merchant's guild, which I actually don't have a problem with. However, they've given them no lore. None whatsoever. What do I play on tabletop? I play Tyranids and I play Space Marines. Specifically, I play Blood Angels. And then in Kill Team, I have just several Space Marine tactical squads of varying chapters. I have, what's the other one? It's called like Blooded or something like that. The Chaos one, I have those painted as World Eaters, but painted in their Horus Heresy style and then covered in blood, which is, according to the lore, why the World Eater's armor is red. It's actually pure, the white and blue under there, but it's just covered in blood. It's kind of cool, so I decided to paint him up in that style. I used to play Steel Legion back in 7th edition. I don't play much of actual Warhammer tabletop anymore. I don't really like 10th edition. They kind of removed some of the fun stuff. What's the Blood Angels gimmick on tabletop? A lot of anti-armor and melee. They use a lot of close quarters, meltas and melee weapons. The biggest problem that I have with 10th edition is that they removed a lot of the gimmicks. Looks like console game is... You have to play Steam pretty soon, because that's what they announced today. You mean for Palworld? Like, for example, one of my favorite gimmicks from 7th edition backwards was for, if you were a Chaos player, at the start of every match, regardless if this was a competitive tournament or a casual game, you rolled a D100. And if you rolled I believe it was a 66, one of your normal Chaos spawn would get transmuted, transformed, if you will, into a Demon Prince. Regardless if it put you over on points for the army. Little things like that, I love those little fluff pieces that they kind of just cut out of Warhammer. Oh, Steam and Valve announced a gaming console today. I did not hear about that. What edition do I recommend to new people? 10th. Unfortunately, 10th is very user-friendly. It's also really hard to, get your hands on, especially depending on what faction you want to play. Codexes for 7th, I love 7th. But it's hard to get your hands on copies of those codexes and those rule sets. You can sometimes find scans of them online. But the other problem you're going to have is finding people to play with you, because for some reason, a lot of the entire like Warhammer community is obsessed with like whatever the current rule set is, whatever the current, minor patch that they put out on a forum post, we have to play it that way. Homebrewing is not allowed here.
I don't understand it. Like, I feel like homebrewing would
I don't
just be
get it.
Like, have fun. Play the game because it's fun. It reminds me of when my autistic dad and my autistic brother would sit down to play a board game as a family, and the two of them who had to be correct. They wanted the game to be correct, but they both knew they were correct. They would spend 40 minutes sometimes just going over the rules, just reading the rules. I remember it was literally 40 minutes that they spent looking at the inside of the lid of the box of Payday because they couldn't agree on how to play Payday.
I would recommend starting with a Kill Team Starter Edition. Kill Team is so much more user-friendly, it's so much more accessible, it's so much cheaper because you're dealing with squads of at the most 11, depending on if you're playing like an elite unit, you're looking at squads of 6, like Space Marines, Necrons. But if you play guard, you're looking at like 11. Yeah, kind of programmer understands. He's played Kill Team with me. He loves Vespids. I feel like if I ever do a homebrew for games like would be main. Oh, they work like these dudes, but I just made them look. Yeah, so we did that. So my buddies wanted to do a narrative campaign, and I was like, I have a lot of Tyranids, so I'm gonna play Tyranids. So I just homebrewed my rule sets basically off of units that already existed. I gave some of them like some special abilities like Raveners, which are the little snake-like Tyranids. I gave them the ability to dig and like move under cover and things like that. Yeah, like flavor, but nothing game-changing. I gave I have the Screamer Killer I posted in Discord. I gave that essentially the stats of like a lame or like a Chimera tank.
The ones that are underground, are those the ones that the kids call the babies?
The hungry babies? No, those are Ripper Swarms.
Okay. One of the kids wanted a Tyranid army, so he made Tyranids for him.
Vespid Best Tau, you haven't seen the Brute, my friend.
Vespid are pretty good, though.
Vespid are cool.
That was my first team was Vespid.
They're actually extremely easy to understand, too. Like, they shoot the thing, they move, and they fly. That's it. But I'd recommend, especially if you want to get into tabletop in general, just get the Kill Team starter box. And Angels of Death is really easy to understand. There's a lot of min-maxing you can do with it too. Or you can do like I did and build an entirely melee-based Angels of Death team, despite the fact that like there is no advantage to doing this. You're better off just playing Blooded or one of the other Chaos factions because they are melee-based. But I was like, I'm gonna do a Black Templar squad, so I'm gonna give them all chain swords. It does okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the models are really cool, and I'm constantly impressed by how well he's gotten at painting them. He's like, as a painter,
I don't want to talk about my chillet.
As a painter, I can't do 3D. I can't. Like I gotta do a flat. I can't do 3D. My brain doesn't work that way. So like, I'm always amazed by 3D paintings, like model painting and stuff. So I don't know. That was
I'm good at
easy way to impress me.
Dudes in suits of armor. The moment it becomes like a cute, cuddly creature, or even like semi-organic, I start to struggle.
Okay, so like I can only draw organic stuff. I really struggle with I really struggle with armor and mechanical stuff and all that. That's why I haven't done like, you know, more military-esque arts for Shark Boy over there, because I don't know how to draw that stuff.
I feel like the most jank Space Marine deck is just dragon themed dudes that I'm forced to work with nothing but hope and prayers. And that's effectively my melee team. You could do a Black Dragons kill team. That's all. I would recommend, if you're gonna do melee based, at least have one guy that can shoot a gun, because like the melee ones have a bolt pistol, but their range is 8 inches, which is not a lot of range when a bolter can shoot across map, or anyone effectively can shoot across map.
Oh no, there's too much going on!
I struggle just generally with overextending
Oh, I
most
know,
of the
you
time.
got killed.
And you'll find out as you build like as you build little differences to your kill teams that like this thing that you thought was gonna work out ain't working out. That does not synergize.
I was gonna say, like, I appreciate the models. I think it's great that you can build your own army, and I think that is super, super cool. I love the lore in 40k. I find it fascinating. I don't really care for playing the game. I find it fascinating, but I play it because I love you and you want to play it. Not because I like it.
Are you able to mix Space Marine factions? You can. Like, Kill Team doesn't really have any, because you don't get chapter-specific boosts in Kill Team. So, like, you could literally
Potentially
just
do whatever you want.
Death Watch. Death Watch is essentially an inquisitorial branch that is everybody from every chapter can come and do service in the Death Watch, and they fight like demons and Tyranids and things like that. Or you could just say, you know, fuck it, this kill team is just, you know, it's scattered guys regrouping. You can homebrew some lore for it. I mean, you can effectively do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not your dad, and I'm not a rules Nazi.
But also, like, if you're gonna, what do you call it, homebrew it, you can do whatever you want. Like, the point is to have fun. And that was like, I started telling a story earlier, but the baby started crying. I didn't want you to hear him, so I paused it. But like, eventually my dad and brother came to a conclusion about the rules of Payday, and it didn't matter. They're like, okay, we figured it out. It's time for everyone to come back, because one by one, my entire family just like walked away. It's a really pretty ring right here. And my little brother was the first one to say, no, we're not coming back. Like, he was also the first one to like walk away, and the rest of us all walked away because we were like, this is retarded. It's not fun. And so we just kind of, we kind of quit playing board games together as much after that. Like, I absolutely detest board games specifically because my family played them like that. It was like, it's not fun anymore. It's not fun. But like,
Try to make
have fun playing the game. If you have to change the rules so that everyone has fun, do it. Like, just, it's supposed to be fun.
Game. Why you have to be mad?
Exactly. All right, go ahead.
You try to make salamanders and black dragons would work. Because they're, you know, black dragons are they're a cursed chapter, but they're a successor chapter of the salamanders, and the salamanders love all their successors.
You got black dragons and green dragons. What could go wrong?
The curse of bonitis.
My one regret is that I had bonitis. What else is on this island?
I should redo what the hell are they? Your death company. I should redo those, and I should make your shooters normal blood angels, and then just make the melee focused ones death company.
That would be so much easier for me to keep track of who is who, because that's one of the frustrating things to me. It's trying to keep track of which one does what.
She has a kill team that is the death company of blood angels, which is basically the guys who have succumbed to the schizo black rage. So her so they're all like black and they have red X's on them.
It's super metal.
They're led by a chaplain, which is the guys with the big Crocius and then the skull helmet. So I was like, I'm gonna make her Space Marine captain a chaplain. I don't care if it doesn't fit on the base, and if it's not okay for the rules. That looks bitchin'. So I did that.
Yeah.
How do factions work in the tabletop? So, in previous editions that were good, different Space Marine chapters got to do different things, such as salamanders were, yes, zoners, or area denial with fire. And then they fucking completely nerfed fire in 10th edition. And they killed, like, the usefulness of so many units, most Space Marine Flamer units, and most of Adeptus Sororitas' entire list, because they're entirely Flamer, or they're nearly entirely Flamer-based. But yeah, like, so in the past, when Warhammer wasn't min-maxed for people who are unemployed but can still somehow afford Warhammer.
They have rich moms.
Different chapters got different boons. For example, Armageddon Steel Legion, which was the guard unit regiment that I used to play, was mechanized based. So instead of entirely infantry based, my entire list was 90% Chimera APCs and whatever Layman Russ I thought looked cool. And it was also cheaper to play than guard because for some reason, kitting out a vehicle is less than building a full guard squad.
Oh, no sand here. At least not the kind I want.
You know what? I can take on a Terminator Space Marine, including the ones with the missile launchers, their armor, because fuck you, I can. Average Chaos Nymph.
Is there a boss at the other glacier? I think there's a boss at every glacier.
Yeah, like I said, like in the past, my favorite, like even though I haven't played them, my favorite rule sets were the various Chaos Legions. Because they got cool shit. Thousand Sons got to cast spells. Like Chaos Undivided, or like Demons, which was their own codex that you could play instead of having them integrated into Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine. Demons got to roll a D100, and if you rolled the 66, one of your Chaos spawns just turned into a Demon Prince. That shit's cool. Damn shit be expensive? Yeah. Like, yeah, I would not recommend getting into 40k right now. Like, 40k proper. Getting into Kill Team is still expensive, but it's much less expensive. Especially if you own a 3D printer. Ha ha ha!
Right, I found one new element at a different glacier, so maybe I can find the one we're missing here.
Yay! The only time I would say hell no is if it's Sister of Battle I'm running, especially if this is... Yeah, I love their lore. They wear power armor. Normal humans cannot wear power armor. You wanna know why they can wear fucking power armor? You wanna know why they have energy shielding? Their faith. Their prayer. Their power comes directly from the Emperor's divinity. And that shit is metal as fuck.
I love it.
Salamanders are zoners, so what do Black Dragons do? Also, do say if you think of any faction I would like. Black Dragons could, because they're a successor chapter, you basically can either choose to take their parent chapter's, like, skills, because they didn't, like, part it out for each successor chapter unless they were, like, a specialized one. So, like, you could take the things that Salamanders do, you could make them more melee-focused. That's when you get into, like, because you, especially in 7th, you had the ability to hyper-customize what your units did. You used to have what were called tactical squads, and each Space Marine in that tactical squad could be customized down to their entire loadout. You could have an entire Space Marine army that was armed with dual-wielded las guns. Would it be good? No. Was it funny? Yeah.
You had that, the one guy made his entire team was just Custodes, right? Was that it?
Well, Custodes is its own army.
Oh, am I thinking of something else?
No, there's the dude that made his entire army, what are they called?
I thought it started with a C.
The Centurions.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
The Space Marines inside of a mech suit. Yeah, they're the dumbest thing that I had. Their design is so stupid, and I love them. We already have dreadnoughts, mind you. There's a dude who built an entire list that's just Centurions. And that's still tournament legal. My favorite list that I eventually want to build when I get up to it is you can build an entire Tyranids list that's 300 Termagants and Hormagaunts combined. And people have run the math on it. You physically can't beat it. It's tournament legal. You would struggle to beat it with, like, anything that isn't also a swarm-based army. Like, Custodes literally can't mathematically put out enough shots to beat it in a game. Is it possible to online Warhammer? Yeah, you can use Tabletop Simulator. That's what a lot of people do. I've been meaning to get it
level
and
10.
set up Kill Team on it to test things for our homebrew stuff. The only thing I found pretty badass about the Sisters of Battle, when you see the fighting with the Space Marines, and I love how their armor almost looks similar to a Space Marine, like the backpack. Yeah, so they have like a miniaturized version of the power pack. I didn't realize this until I was building my Black Templars kill team, and I wanted their helmets to be different. Now, I really like French Soleil helmets. I think they're one of the coolest, like, utilitarian / still really pretty helmets. And I put a Soleil helmet on my Black Templar, and then I made, like, a white cross that kind of had soft ends on it. And I was like, why does this look wrong? And then I was just, like, looking at pictures of Sisters of Battle for something. I think I was painting a Chaos Corrupted one. And I was like, wait a minute. Their helmet is a Soleil helmet. That's why it looks wrong.
Well, because that's the French one, right? Like, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Is there Saint Joan of Arc?
Yeah. All right. Okay, I don't think the thing is here.
So you can actually download the entire Kill Team rule set with the Kill Team app. So you can
On
learn
your
that.
phone.
On
For
your
free.
phone. For free, Charlie! In terms of Warhammer, though, you're going to be spending at minimum, like, $100. Maybe $120. I wouldn't, because their codexes are not digitized. Which is another complaint that people have had. It's like, I don't know what my opponent's rule sets are because I don't own their fucking codex and don't have it memorized, and I can't pull it up.
I'm gonna see if this timed
So
out.
the front of their helmet has a
in
different
here.
color to it. Kind of makes them stand out from Space Marines, because I could be wrong, but I don't think the front of the helmet... I think on the front of the helmet, they have different colors on the front of their helmet. Yeah, usually the visor is white. Or some contrasting color, because there's different orders of the Sisters of Battle. I like the Order of the Sacred Rose, because their armor is all, like, red and white. Why are they not digitalized? So that Games Workshop can charge you over $200 each edition for codexes.
There are so many things that the company does for, like, no real conceivable reason other than they want to screw you over for as much money as freakishly possible. Like, it's
I spent $320 on the Horus Heresy box set when they first re-released it with all the cool Mark II Beaky helmets. I have never played Heresy because it only comes with the normal codex that explains the rule sets. It doesn't come with the list building book, which is a separate $60 book. And I was like, I already spent $300 on this. This also isn't a complete list, and it will get bodied on any table. Fuck you. And it really pisses me off, because Heresy has some cooler vehicle designs. Yeah, like, most of the Space Marines that I play don't have, like, a specific rule set, because they're successor chapters. So you kind of just pick what you want them to do. Like, my Carcharodons, I run as Raven Guard. My Sides of the Emperor, I just run as Ultramarines, because that's effectively what they are. To me, I like the classic black armor, and of course they need to keep the helmets on and no capes. Nah, give Sororitas the capes. They need the capes. The long flowing cloaks go hard.
Yeah,
That's the one thing I will give the Dark Angels and the Black Templars, is the cloaks and shit goes just so hard on armor. Short lady from The Incredibles looks similar to the Sisters of Battle. Yes, especially
Look
because
at
the
the
face
hair.
sculpts suck. They look like, there's one of them that just straight up looks like Danny DeVito in that one in that one episode of Always Sunny, where's the art critic. Yeah, Games Workshop does not know how to do female head sculpts.
I think it's because they're all gay.
No, because they tried to do it for the newest Space Marines sprue, because I think they were going to try to push female Space Marines again. And at least that was the running theory, because a lot of them look vaguely
Nobody
feminine.
wants that.
No, there are people that are disingenuous that want that.
Well, if you're disingenuous, you don't count. Your wants don't count because they're not real.
I've tried to stay out of this debate for so long because I just want to paint models, but the female Space Marines people are insufferable. We have two really
it makes me
fucking
mad.
cool. entirely female factions that get overstepped so that you can try to add female Space Marines.
So, like, as a girl, like, you know, supposedly feminism is on my side. As a girl, it makes me mad that they think they have to, like, do that. Like, Sisters of Battle already was super cool. You got, like, the Sisters of Silence, too. That's what they're called, right? And, like...
Yeah, you have the Sisters of Silence and the Sisters of Battle, which are, in my opinion, cooler than Space Marines.
Like, yeah, I think they're really cool, and I like that we have our own thing. We don't have to be the same. I don't want to be a boy. I feel like that's what a lot of feminism does. Is like, oh, okay, we're gonna let the girls be boys now, and it's like, okay, if you want to do some of that stuff, sure, whatever. But like, now it's just pushed where it's like, okay, we're gonna try to make you, like, we're gonna try to gaslight you into thinking you want to be a boy. No, leave me alone. I just want to be a girl.
Lore-wise, a female Space Marine would not look like a woman. Because Space Marines don't even look human. They look like fucking ogres.
Like,
Number two,
it doesn't seem worth it.
If you want, like, representation in a Warhammer faction, the Guard is equal fights, equal rights.
Yeah, they have chicks in that too. Like, there are places
can die
for girls.
For the Emperor.
There's places for girls in there, but like, also, if you're a girl, you don't have to play a girl faction. Like, dude, I played the Death Company Blood Angels. Like, you don't have to.
Yeah.
It just, I find it extremely
Most of the women
annoying.
that I know that play 40k gravitate towards Nids or Night Lords. Like, by the way, that's not a female Space Marine's head. They kind of look like it, but it's just Games Workshop fucking up the character sculpts. Okay, yeah, that tracks too. They're really fucking bad at making head sculpts. I don't know what the hell they're doing. When you've got, like, Bolt Action putting out better head sculpts. Did I mention a sister group that can use power armor? What's the point of female Space Marines if sisters exist? Good question, Lord Sun. All of them use power armor. They have their own pattern of power armor that they use and pilot and can only use through their divine faith in the Emperor.
Which is so much cooler than chick Space Marine.
So like, normally on Space Marine armor, the shield generators that they have, it's called an Iron Halo. It's like the thing that's hanging off the back of the power pack, and it actually just straight up generates an energy field. The sisters have an equivalent to that, called a Rosarius. It is not an actual energy shield generator. It gives them a legitimate divine shield by praying the rosary.
Well, and in Kill Team, the sisters have a chance to get revived, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they also have
prayer.
Saint Celestine.
Wait, I don't have the thing that I want to use. Like,
I
cool.
love sisters. I love Sisters of Silence, and I hate that they got lumped into Agents of Inquisition, which is an incomplete army that you can't play, instead of lumping them in with Custodes where they belong. Especially because they nearly fucked the entire Custodes list before they backtracked on that one.
Do you remember what item it is that lets you combine thematics?
It's like the
drafting table,
combiner.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the drafting table. Okay.
Don't worry. Well, if they were reused from the fantasy models, they'd look good, because fantasy gets better models. Like, if Age of Sigmar wasn't such a broken mess when it came out, I would have gotten into Age of Sigmar, because I love me Lizardmen so much. Every time that I go to my local game store, I have one that's literally like less than a minute away from my work. I go and look at the Lizardmen, and I'm like, should I do it? Should I buy them?
Oh, there it is. Oh, I need charcoal.
My biggest problem with fantasy is I have no one to play it with, because my friends got into Kill Team, and I'm the guy that, like, does all the models, because my buddies can't be bothered, paint models or stuff. Actually, I've gotten a couple of them to come over and paint models, but I'm not going to make them spend a shit ton of money on Warhammer, so I just print our models. You might have to start drawing Space Marines. Yeah, if you love Power Rangers, you're going to love Space Marines. Especially now with Primaris armor, making them straight up just look like fucking Power Rangers. That's my one complaint about Primaris. I didn't generally care about the change. Even in Dark Imperium, I liked, or it wasn't Dark Imperium, it was Avenging Sun. that they explain the change of the Primaris and why the tactical squads don't do. I like their in-lore explanation for it. My only complaint about Primaris is that it made a lot of factions really boring to paint. Which is why, like, my models, they're Primaris scale and generally use Primaris bodies, but I always change the helmet, because while I like the Primaris helmet, it's literally just the Mark 6 helmet, I think, or Mark 7. I like to give them some kind of differentiation. It's too smooth. Primaris armor is just too smooth. You can learn Warhammer and figure out how to play. You can play with it. Yeah, you can play Kill Team. I could set that up. I think I have tabletop. Yeah, I do have Tabletop Simulator. I just have to figure out how to set it up. The only thing I'm interested about Warhammer 40k is the lore, the setting, the video games, and the nerd collectibles, not the miniatures. I have 3 main characters from Space Marine 2. Oh yeah, you have the Joy Toys, I forgot. I want the Dreadnought that they made. It's so fuck huge. I love it.
You could do a Kill Team stream.
I've thought about that.
There you go. Then you could have a stream for your channel.
Nah. Yeah, I was really into the... I like the lore and the games camp. And then I got kicked off my deployment, and I got depressed, and I went and bought the Kill Team box set. And it genuinely helped me through my depression. It was either that or drink. Honestly, drinking would have been cheaper, but
But less constructive and less good for your brain.
right. And now I have a massive collection of little models. That's why I got into 3D printing, was to save money on Warhammer.
Being creative is good for your brain. I tell the kids that all the time.
I forgot the name of this helmet, but I like the one that looks like Darth Vader's mask. That's the the classic.
Wait, is this the one that's underground? I like climbed this whole mountain to look for this
Space
thing.
Marine helmet. I love that one.
Just to
Looking up
find
Dragon Themed Space Marines and found the Blood Dragons. I posted them in chat. Ooh, let's take a look. Oh, that is sick. Are they? They have to be traitor. I think they're chaos. Let me look it up.
Oh no.
The problem, so what I've learned from just painting a little bit of my World Eaters Kill Team is that painting Chaos Faction sucks. There's so much brass trim. Oh, they're loyalists.
Okay.
And they're a successor of the Blood Angels. Are they primary? No, unknown founding. Dark red armor with black shoulder pauldrons. That goes hard. And then the yellow accents for the company markings. Yeah, they came from the Blood Angels. I didn't know if they were one of the Renegade Astartes from the Holocaust Crusade.
I got.
But no, they look like they do look clean. I like that.
I can't share.
The color scheme is basically just World Eaters.
It's just a dungeon. Or is it
But oh, that's sick. I like the bat wings on the what's that called? The Indomitus Crusade marking. Take a look at that in chat.
In the Discord?
Yeah. My favorite helmet pattern is the Mark II, right? Is it the Mark II or the Mark III? It's the one that looks like a Crusader's Great Helm.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Okay, so the Mark II is also cool, but I think it's the Mark III that's my favorite because it's got the split visor rather than the single visor.
Was that the Black Dragons? Or was that something else?
That's a different one that he found. It's called the Blood Dragons. They're
Blood Dragons.
They're a Blood Angel successor.
Oh, that's combining some cool things.
Yeah. I love the bat wings on the Imperialis.
It's called a blood dragon. I'm sure they're supposed to be dragon wings.
No, they're like, well, they're, oh yeah, I guess. Bat wings and dragon wings are the same fucking thing, all right?
Not necessarily.
Get off my dick!
I'm not gonna say anything.
Respect, I'm not gonna say anything.
It's not out of respect.
I miss Dee.
Oh yeah, I forgot you say that all the time.
Oh, he might be in the ball.
Why would he be there?
Just, Lucky always brings him.
Oh, okay. I can't remember how to. I'm pretty sure that this one is in the mountain, and I can't remember how to get to it.
The Celestial Dragons, I think I know about. Oh, that's also a real. Oh, they've got to be White Scar's successors. I could tell by the Chinese iconography.
I don't remember.
They are definitely White Scar's successors. That is one of my, probably like one of my favorite, or one of my tertiary favorite legions is the White Scars. They're literally just Mongols on motorcycles.
Mongols on motorbikes.
Their Primarch is not dead. He just decided to go travel into the warp for the fun of it. Jagatai Khan is a G. Also, he has one of the greatest lines in the Heresy when talking to Fulgrim of the Emperor's Children. I hear you do strange things to your ship, Jagatai. I hear you do strange things to your men. For reference, the Emperor's Children is the hedonistic Slaneshi faction in the current era.
I found a lot more Night Star sand.
The mixed Space Marines is going to be a mix of those in terms of looks, because those are sick. They'd be a nightmare to paint, because well, the brass trim. But I kind of want to do it now. I might paint one. Do I have a crimson red? Yeah, I do. I have got a crimson red, because I painted a whole bunch of Chaos Cultists.
Yup. Alright, so I'm excited about the sand. I guess this is just where to go to get that kind of sand. Good to know. It's next to the Smoky Boss.
11 p.m.
Oh man.
Do you know where your children are?
I think so. This dude. This dude's simping over a spider.
Do spider have poos?
This guy seems to think so. Alright. I wanted to see if I met the requirements for fighting this boss. I don't remember. If I do, that can be the last thing. A chest or a mimic? It's a chest! I'm gonna grab that. It's
I just like how many
Palworld.
Dragon Space Marines just have basic dragon head art on their shoulder pads and that's it. Like, where's the flavor? A lot of that is the fault of
That's not it.
Primaris. So, like, a lot of the Primaris art you're gonna see of, especially Salamanders, completely remove some of the cool shit that they used to have. They used to have, like, look up the Horus Heresy renditions of the Salamanders. They've got, like, fucking scale, like, dragon scale cloaks and, like, armor trim and shit like that. They'll be metal. Everything from the Heresy looks great. That is the one thing that Primaris took from us, was the cool individuality of chapters. Carcharodons kind of escaped this because their armor is meant to be salvaged, so they don't, while they have Primaris upgrades, they killed a lot of them for one, and for two, their entire, like, modus operandi is salvaging Space Marine armor. They're, like, one of the few factions that still get depicted in, like, Mark 7 tactical armor and things like that. Or my personal favorite, with the non-canon shark helmet that somebody made.
I'm not building.
I liked when Gura graduated, the amount of people that made Carcharodons themed art for Gura was so great. Like, they had one of her as Tiberos the Red Wake. They had one of her being like a statue on their battle barge, like in memoriam.
I remember that.
Why did they rob us of the cool flavor? It's cheaper.
Like,
The entire point of 9th edition was essentially to streamline a lot of shit, and then going into 10th edition even more so. I think that's why a lot of people started gravitating more towards Chaos Space Marines, because they still have some of that Horus Heresy flavor. Because their armor hasn't changed in canon. They don't have Primaris.
I just need this. Okay.
Yeah, the dreadnoughts with the especially the ones with like the dragon skulls on the coffin. Or just look at like even Heresy Emperor's children. They're so ornate and beautiful.
I'm gonna see if this thing is easy to get to. Otherwise, I'm not gonna try to make you stay up or anything.
You're good. I'm autism posting right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you like Twinks, you should look up the Emperor's Children. You got Fulgrim, King Twink himself.
Thanks. I'm
Fulgrim
good.
is a tragic character, and his story genuinely makes me sad, because it's quite literally like an analogy for like drug addiction.
Like
all the way
corruption.
up to when he kills Ferris. In the chat. All right, let me check it. Yeah. Oh, and that's a Contemptor Dread too. No, that's a Leviathan Dread.
That doesn't make me full. Okay.
So the explanation for why a lot of those dreadnought designs go away and now we just have the box knots is actually because they literally just lost the technology to create those. So that part is understandable. But they removed the flavor. Who's the Salamander's Primarch? Vulcan. Who has another great line in the Heresy where he is trapped in a mind prison by Conrad Kurz because he has a hammer that can teleport him. Kurz disables the hammer and traps him in like this little maze. And then he responds to Kurz, "You forget, brother, it is still a hammer." And then he beats the ever-loving shit out of Conrad Kurz until he lets him out.
Uh-oh.
The successor factions don't have... No, they have Primarchs. They have whatever their parent legion is, essentially. So, like, after the Heresy, a lot of the successor chapters, especially from the first founding, were literally just directly from the legions. So, successors start out... So, say you are... I'll use Ultramarines, for example, because they have the most successors. They, you'll start out with a legion. Once the legion gets too big for the codex, so like once they outnumber like I think it's 10,000 Space Marines, they then have to create a new founding where they split their chapter in half.
That's why you get the successor chapters, right?
Yeah, so the successor chapter still will generally keep a lot of the culture of its original legion or chapter, maybe with some, deviations, especially as we go down the line and we're in like the fucking 10th or 13th founding at this point. But they all have... Most of them know who their Primarchs are. There are a few successors that have just lost to time who their Primarchs are. Like the Carcharodons, who most likely their Primarch is, what's his name? Corvus Corax. Because they're most likely Raven Guard successors. And then you also have some that are dubiously, possibly successors of Loyalist Traitor Astartes. Like the, what are they called? Not the Dark Angels, not the Blood Ravens. The Blood Ravens from the Dawn of War series. They're theorized to be a Thousand Sun successor because they have a lot of librarians, which are psychers. Do the Primarchs like the successors? It depends on the Primarch. Some Primarchs fucking suck. Most of the ones that suck turn traitor, but some of the ones that didn't still suck. There's only a few that are alive. But, like, a lot of them skirted the Codex Astartes, like the Dark Angels. The Dark Angels, as a legion, had a formation that was effectively like the Knights of the Round Table. So they had different wings that did different things. You had the Iron Wing, which was, like, robotics and shit like that. The Dread Wing, which I believe was aerial, or that might have been chemical warfare. And the Death Wing, which was, like, their first company, their Terminators and things like that. So when the Codex Astartes became a thing, they literally just split the Round Table, but they all still work together and work under the same banner, effectively still being at Legion strength without technically being at Legion strength. Like, Gilliman generally likes most of his successors. Vulcan is dead, but I'm sure he'd like most of his successors.
Yeah.
Rogel Dorn is also likely dead, and he would hate the Black Templars. Even though they're more Imperial Fist than the Imperial Fists are at this point.
Did you destroy the Kitsu Noct? The boss?
I don't think so. No.
They can't find him. Oh, is this another one that's underground?
Yes, Vulcan is also, canonically, the only Primarch that can say the N-word.
I wasn't even signing at that.
Yeah, I love these salamanders. Some Primarchs literally almost started a second heresy over the Codex, like Layman Russ, because he didn't want to split his legion, like with the Space Wolves. But they have like a couple of successors. Really? Well, yeah. I also think it's really funny because the salamanders aren't actually, like, black.
Oh, there's like a little ravine.
Their skin is charcoal black, but they're not, African American. And regardless of this, in every audiobook and in every, like, meme that people depict Vulcan, they give him an African accent regardless. But, like, in the, one of the newest Warhammer Plus series, there's a salamander that's, like, Korean.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I liked him.
He's great. What was his name?
I don't remember his name. I just remember he was Asian. Visibly Asian. Despite the black skin, which I think is cool.
Running. Yeah, also Vulcan is canonically the tallest Primarch. He's, like, I want to say, like, 11 meters tall or something fucking insane. He towers over all. And he's a gentle giant, to a degree. He's a smith.
I think
but in terms of do the Primarchs like their successors, there's only like 2 of them that are alive currently, or at least confirmed alive, so reports are waiting on that one. That depends on if Layman Russ gets the fuck back from the warp, if Jagatai Khan will get the fuck back from the warp, if Corvus Corax will get the fuck back from the warp, and if Sanguinius, beloved by all, can transcend death. And he kind of has, actually.
Anyway.
The Sanguinor.
Alright, well, I can't figure out how to get to this thing because I think it's underground, but there is a meteor that just dropped, so I'm going to check that out in case it has a Selene.
It's funny that Gilliman made the limit of Space Marine chapters could only be 1,000, but yet he doesn't realize the successor chapters are still technically the same Space Marines, just different. Yeah, that's how a lot of them got around it. It's also really cool in Dark Imperium where he realizes, wow, I was fucking stupid and the Codex was wrong. As he then assembles the entirety of, like, everything he can for the Indominus Crusade. Because a company, like, 1,000 Space Marines is not enough to go on Crusade, which is why the Black Templars are eternally on Crusade. But Primarchs can come back or they die from the Emperor's... Horus cannot come back. His soul was Biden blasted down to the atomic level. He will always be dead. Sanguinius is also dead. There are some that can come back, Vulcan being one of them. There are things called Perpetuals in the Warhammer universe that are essentially people that are reincarnated through time. Vulcan can be brought back if his sons get all of the, like, MacGuffins. Like, if they assemble all of the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle, they can get their dad back. Which is something that they actively kind of try to do. Vulcan's probably not coming back for a while in the story, though. Layman Russ is, I think, the one they're going to bring back the most. But Rogel Dorn's not even considered confirmed dead. They just only found like his fist on the battlefield.
Sorry.
Do it.
I didn't find Celine. Celine was not there.
I see that you found Xenogun. I agree, we need Vulcan back. All of the Primarch awakenings have been hilarious and, like, hilariously tragic. Gilliman just wakes up to his house on fire.
Why am I on fire? What? I'm getting attacked by a walking bush. Oh! I caught it, by the way. I caught it.
Nice.
Alright, guys, that was my epic battle to end the stream, I think.
Hooray.
Once he gets to a stopping point.
But Gilliman essentially wakes up to, like, the entire galaxy in flames. And, his son's worshipping him as a god. And also, for some reason, the entirety of Ultramar is beset by plagues. And that's just, like, the shit show he wakes up to. The lion, on the other hand, wakes up from his peaceful slumber to, effectively, his kids letting a bunch of ants into the house because they're under attack by Tyranids. And him being like, what the fuck have you been doing for 10,000 years? Who's the worst Primarch? Lorgar. Well, no. Angron. Angron is the worst to his men. They had the highest contingent of loyalists during the heresy. The world leaders. But, I'd say the worst Primarch in general is Lorgar because he caused the heresy. Maybe, like, Perturabo as well, because he also hated his sons for some reason. Basically, most of the traitors... Some of them actually are tragic. Like, Mortarion was deceived into becoming, Chaos-aligned. Fulgrim was possessed by a demon sword. Conrad Kurz was literally just born fucking wrong. Who else is there? I mean, Horus was actually a good person, and then his body was possessed by a demon. Thanks to Lorgar. Some of the world eaters have some of the hardest lines in the heresy, though, like Karn. There's a moment when where Garviel Loken of the
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
What happened?
Oh, I died because the game bugged out. Like, literally.
Oh.
Like, while I was, like, falling, and so it messed me up with my gliding and stuff, and it killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not fair. That's okay. I'm right next to a fast travel, because that's where I was going, so
Yay.
I should grab my stuff.
Faction 3? There's a lot. So, like, you've got normal military ranks, you've got brother sergeants, you've got lieutenants, you've got captains, or rather, brother lieutenants and brother captains, because all Space Marines are still brothers, regardless of their rank, which is something that is beautiful, and I tell my Joes to do that, too. I bring a sort of esoteric autism to the military that...
Oh, military is really autistic anyway.
It works out really well.
Well, it works out really well because, like, most of the people who do well in the military are also autistic.
You also have First Company veterans. You have Stern Guard veterans. You have, so First Company veterans are generally your guys in the Terminator armor, like the big fucking Space Marine armor with the hippo helmet. You've got Ancients, which are the people that hold the standard, like the company banner, which is an actual, like, just genuine thing. Like, it's also just a cooler way to call it. You've got Victrix Guards, which are, like, the, right hand of the first captain and things like that. You've got Dreadnoughts, which are almost their entire own class of thing. Yeah. You can also look up, there's different company markings. Generally, they're on, so the, what is it, the right shoulder? I think the right shoulder is the shoulder where the company, or the company goes on. So if they're, first, second, through whatever company, that goes on the right shoulder. And then, no, I apologize. Their rank in a squad, their role in a squad goes on the right shoulder. So if you're, close support, melee-based, assault, whatever, that goes on the right shoulder. On the, I believe, left knee, maybe right knee, is where the little marking that's like a stripe that goes in some way, or a V or something like that. That's where the company goes. Or sometimes for like some chapters, it's literally just the number. That was something I was learning as I was painting Space Marines, and I wanted to get them more and more accurate, was like company markings and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, also each chapter, or especially like Legion, like with your salamanders, they're gonna have different names and different like depictions of those roles and ranks.
Okay, I got my stuff. I made it back to my base.
No, so a company, just like in normal military, a company is a formation of multiple squads. So I don't remember entirely how Warhammer does it. I think it's very similar, but in the military, a company is generally made up of 4 squads, and a squad is made up of 2 fire teams of 5 men. So, for the... Yeah, so, like, their company is... Generally, like, a Space Marine Legion will have... Or a chapter will have several different companies. Their first company is generally reserved for, like, their veterans and their Terminators. And then, going down the line, they usually do different things. My voice cracked there. But their squad is different. Their squad is just like a group of, 6 Space Marines. I don't think Space Marines have fire teams. I think they just have squads of 6. Oh, you also have chaplains, which are an entire different thing. They don't hold rank, though. They just administer the word of the God Emperor.
All right. I think...
Yeah, you're right. It is time for bed.
Yeah, let's have it with you. It was you.
It was you.
All right. That was fun. I needed this after today. Yeah. Okay. Well,
absolutely.
we're taking a break tomorrow. I'm gonna be drawing a lot. That's what I do with my days off, and we'll see you back on Friday.